live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ. Hello, welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. I'm Ben. I'm here with TJ and Scotty.
Yeah, and we have a very special guest, the Cult of Dusty, and probably all of his cult followers.
Yes.
It's very special.
Yeah, I was just
I
was just telling Scotty earlier, Dusty, that if you were a blonde with big tits, you could be the Cult of Busty.
Cult of Dusty.
Yeah.
I would rock blonde with big tits, man. I'm so there. It's about time we finally did something together. It only took me 5 years to fucking do a show with you.
Yeah, only 5 fucking years. What the fuck, Dusty?
Thanks for making me work for it.
You piece of shit.
It wasn't for lack of trying.
Yeah.
That definitely sounds like TJ.
TJ tries. Most people give it 150%. TJ gives it 50%.
That's about twice more than I give it, so I can't put him down for that shit.
That's awesome. So, like, do you consider yourself to be, like, the Billy Bob Thornton of YouTube?
Oh, shit.
Absolutely, man. I want to give me some French fried potatoes and spread my logic.
Did you
I'm like the smart Larry the Cable Guy. I guess that's what I would call myself.
Yeah, but that guy's fake. He's not even really Southern. That's all bullshit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, much like the Duck Dynasty people, which
Yeah.
you had a big hit exposing
That's a great segue.
them.
Yeah, great segue. Apparently their ratings tanked. I heard they had their season premiere last night, and they were down like 28%, some shit like that.
Yeah, it was down. It was down 28% from their previous season premiere.
And I'll take full credit for that. I'll take credit for murdering Duck Dynasty. Those bastards murdered enough ducks. It's the least I could do. But it's not my fault, man. See, what happened is, I don't know if people know this or not, but what happened was the Duck Dynasty kids on the show were pretty much just rich yuppie kids.
Yeah.
And their dad invented a duck call, and they had a bunch of money and shit. And so then they decided they wanted to do this show called Duck Commander and get into the family business. So they decided they needed some kind of marketing shtick. So they grew out these beards, and they made these redneck characters for their marketing shtick, and they caught on with the Duck Commander, and then they got picked up on A&E. And A&E show Duck Dynasty is totally scripted, where these yuppies sit there and play these redneck characters that make all the Southerners look bad. And I got a little pissy about it, made a video, and it did about $1.5 million.
But I mean, like, you can't really. I mean, they're faking it, but I mean, I can see, because I lived in Louisiana. I've been down in Louisiana. You live near Louisiana.
Yes,
I mean, like,
I live in Mississippi.
The people in Louisiana still worship those guys on that show. Like,
oh yeah, totally.
If you go to like the Walmart in like Covington, Louisiana, which is pretty close to where we grew up, they got like a big Duck Dynasty display with all the DVDs and all the little.
They're on half the shit here. If you go to Mississippi Walmart, they're on half the fucking products. People ask me, how can you call them greedy? Just because you're rich doesn't mean you're greedy. Well, to me, what comes to mind when you say the word greedy are Wall Street bankers and whoever the fuck has half their pictures on half the shit at Walmart, you know?
Yeah.
To me, that's fucking greed out the ass, especially when you have $400 million that you made last year or whatever insane amount of money they made, and they've hoarded their picture out to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that's come and knocked on their fucking door. How can you not consider that greed?
I guess it's just the KISS principle of marketing. Like, anything that our picture can be on, we're gonna put it on there.
Dude, isn't it funny how it's like they did the same thing with Pawn Stars? They have like this patriarchal figure like Rick, and he's like, I need to have a show about my pawn shop, and these Duck Dynasty people pretty much have just done the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird now how people pitch their own lives or bastardizations of their own lives as like fodder for the entertainment industry.
Hell, that's what I want to do, man. I want to have a Cult of Dusty reality show. I think that'd be awesome, where I go around Mississippi in the South and try to convert people to logic and atheism.
So
You know, you've been talking about things that can piss people off, potentially atheism and other stuff like that, but you received more hatred just from your Duck Dynasty video than anything else. Is that correct?
I saw the video with the backlash where all he did the entire video was read various comments from people just like, how dare you fucking insult Duck Dynasty, you fucking goddamn piece of shit.
They love the word faggot.
Yeah.
Going to hell.
You were a fucking faggot.
Fucking faggot. You ain't from around here, are you, boy? Well, actually, I am. I'm actually a real Southerner, unlike the motherfucking Duck Dynasty dudes who are fake asses. But yeah, I got a lot of hatred for that, and that's cool. I expect
Let me ask you, how does it feel to get more hatred for Duck Dynasty than for anything else you've ever talked about?
It's crazy. You know, it's crazy. Consider the shit I've talked about. You know, consider that I've done cartoons of Muhammad explaining why he wasn't a pedophile, and considering I did a video called "Fuck Get Over 9/11," you know, fuck 9/11, and I did one on comparing black people to Uncle Toms, and I did one called "I Do Not Support the Troops." So considering my body of work, which is some of the most controversial work on YouTube, the fact that it takes making fun of a reality TV show to get this much hate just shows you how low America has sunk, really.
Oh, it's like TJ. A lot of his most popular videos are Justin Bieber related.
Yeah, I noticed.
So,
and that's sad too, but not because TJ has done some incredible fucking work.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a body of some of the most brilliant mind shit on the fucking internet, really. And the fact that it takes the celebrity worship to get people in is kind of sucks. But at the same time, you know, if that's what it takes to get people in to see their shit, so be it.
That's my attitude. I mean, like, my thing is, like, I don't really view anything as completely trivial because, I mean, if something's popular in the culture, I want to know the reason why.
That's exactly how I feel,
so
too.
There must
that's
be
the reason I do the little poppy videos like
because, I mean,
there's you got to pull in the audience.
And you know, I mean, if that's what people are concerning themselves with, then I have to go and be like, well, is this just superficial or what is this really playing to? And I know that when I watch that Duck Dynasty shit, that it's basically just playing to people like, you know, I mean, I've known plenty of fucking rednecks growing up in Louisiana, and I've seen the mentality, and I've seen how that show just crassly manipulates that mentality to turn it into money. I mean,
yeah, it makes us all look stupid, you know, and I get around the Southern accent, there's not much I can do about it. But when I travel around the world and people just think I'm a fucking moron because of it, it really gets on my nerves after a while.
Yeah, you know, when I went to Europe, whenever someone there wanted to impersonate an American, like in a derogatory way, they would use a Southern accent or something like that, you know.
I blame Toby Keith.
Yeah, I saw your video about Toby Keith. That was pretty interesting. I didn't even know he was from Mississippi or anything like that, but I've never listened to his music, but you did bring to my attention the song that he made about the red party cups. Which was
brilliant red cup. Apparently, he made a ton of money off that. So I guess that's how his fans defended him. They were like, "Yeah, the song was stupid and it was ridiculous, but he made a ton of money." I was like, "Well, that's not really a good excuse." Basically, you're saying it's okay that he sells that as artistic integrity because he made a buck.
But in America, though, I mean, like where like money is the one true religion. Pretty much anything you can do to turn into money.
I was about to say, haven't people almost been kind of conditioned by mainstream media to be more interested in celebrities' lives because it's like presented as news and like relevant. Like, this is really relevant to your life. What did Kim Kardashian do today? And it's like not
they're
really.
The royalty.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. They're an aristocracy. Most of these people are worth, $30 or $40 million at least.
Hell, the Dynasty people made like $400 million last year. That's what I heard. Some crazy shit like that. So
yeah.
Oh wow.
They're famous because they're famous. It's like the Bible's true because it proves itself that it's true. Almost.
And we all know the Bible's true.
Yeah.
We all agree on that.
If there's one thing we can't agree on,
it's
the absolute.
It's the Bible, yes.
It's the absolute veracity of every word in Scripture.
You know, Dusty, I've been watching your videos for a while now, and there was one video you made that kind of intrigued me that I wonder if maybe we could get some commentary on. It was the video you made about how you used to be pretty overweight, and then becoming an atheist made you lose weight.
Yeah, well, yeah. Becoming an atheist kind of made me more logical. It made me see that it's all on me. You know, I'm not going to pray it to happen. There's no divine inspiration that's going to help me lose weight. Even though the Bible says if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains and shit, that ain't fucking true. You have to fucking do some push-ups and crunches and eat less. And my dad dropped dead of a heart attack, and I became an atheist just before that and realized that you know, fuck, if I don't do something, maybe I could die of a heart attack like he did at 54, and I want to fucking live as long as I possibly can because I'm having fun as shit. So I got busy, lost the weight, and it really wasn't that difficult. I made a video that explained exactly how I did it. I called it the Logic Diet, and I was going to make an ebook about it, but instead I just decided to give it all away for free because I'm cool and shit like that. So you guys go check that video out and see how the fuck I did it.
That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. The atheism thing didn't work for me. Maybe I was too early.
You need to do cocaine. That'll be your weight loss plan.
Yeah, because I same with me. Like,
well, after I watched Wolf of Wall Street, I'm like, yeah, cocaine.
I'm like, this is the only one life that I get. I want to enjoy it by eating the food that I want to eat.
Oh, I understand that too. That was my mindset when I was fat, but now I don't know. I'm just like, I don't want to die anytime soon, and my heart was hurting and shit. And plus, the more famous I get, the more I have to look at my face on TV and shit. I'm like, I can't stand to look at my face all chubby and shit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like I guess I'm just too superficial for that shit.
Yeah.
You're so vain.
I definitely am, unfortunately.
It's all good. I've been known to have an ego sometimes.
You don't
No
say.
way, dude.
You don't say.
No, I don't say.
The fuck out.
But I did say just now.
You did say it, but you didn't say it.
So you guys want to look at a news story or something?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's play something.
All right, so this is a news story about a 911 dispatcher that hung up on the person that was getting frantic on the phone with her.
It is no doubt a hectic and emotionally draining career. On the top floor of Fire Station 1 downtown, fire dispatchers handle thousands of phone calls from frantic people in some of their darkest hours. But one phone call in particular has the attention of Las Vegas Fire and Rescue's top brass.
911 emergency. What's your
Can you
address?
please get somebody to my house? I just got off work. I think my mom's dead.
What's your address?
24. Oh my God, I can't think.
I'm going to get medical on the line. Don't hang up the line. One
Please,
moment.
please.
At this point, the phone call for help is going according to procedure. A Metro Police dispatcher answers the phone call first and immediately patches it through to the fire dispatch office.
He's saying that he thinks his mom's passed away. I don't have the address.
Yeah, please. Please.
Ma'am.
I'm a guy.
Stop. Okay, then calm down.
The fire department dispatcher is responsible for assessing the situation and determining what kind of help needs to be sent. But this call doesn't even get that far.
I need a building number. What's your Okay. Is she breathing at all? Okay, you don't have to holler at me. I didn't do it. Okay? Bye.
The dispatcher disconnects the line, hanging up on the frantic.
I hate to laugh at that, but that's kind of funny.
Dispatcher of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a remarkable failure at your job.
Well, surely she's going to get fired for that. I mean, nobody can have that go viral, which I'm sure it is, and keep their job.
Yeah.
Well, we're actually they won't release whether or not she got fired or what reprimand. They won't even identify who it was. So we don't really know. I mean, basically the whole process is like behind closed doors.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, hopefully they terminated her because that's really ridiculous. But
yeah, they mentioned that they did something, but they won't disclose what it is. It's very interesting. I didn't know that there was so much privacy in that line of work. I can kind of understand it in some ways because it is 911 operator, but it is pretty strange. They won't disclose anything.
Yeah, but you kind of want those people in charge of such an important job to be held accountable if they basically...
Yes.
Well, they probably all have unions, too.
Yeah.
Which they belong to. So they probably have a lawyer telling them, like, don't do this, don't do that, say this, so... They're protected legally, so more than likely she probably wasn't even fired. She was probably given, 2 weeks, paid vacation and take a sensitivity training course.
well, on the other side of this, we got to learn that when you're going through shit, man, you got to keep your shit together, okay? Don't fucking lose your shit. Even if somebody's dead, got to hang in there and do your best, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude obviously had a total lack of composure at that point. I mean, which obviously was to his detriment.
For certain.
Yeah, I mean, because when we were in the situation where our dad, me and Scotty, were in the situation where our dad had a heart attack and we had to call 911.
Yeah, we wanted to get help there as quickly as possible, not scream and shout and cry.
Right.
That's not
Not
going to help.
impede.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, you can put. I mean, obviously that some people have stronger emotional passions than others, and obviously that guy was, not really in control of himself. But I mean, like, if you're a 911, if you're a 911 operator, I think that you should probably be able to deal with people who are a little bit hysterical.
Oh, definitely. She was a bitch and should have lost her job for sure.
Yeah. Are we going to play the rest of that, or do you think we've covered that pretty well?
No, I mean, I can play the rest really quick here. There's just a few more minutes on it.
Let's just see if there's anything else we want to comment on.
Man, a critical violation of department policy, but the original Metro dispatcher remained on the line.
Okay, listen, we have the call. Medical and officers are going to be responding. Was she sick? What happened to her?
Man, I don't know. I just got off work. I just worked like 12 hours today. Man, my arm.
We took what you gave us very seriously because it's not okay. It's not consistent with what the level of service that we want to provide.
Las Vegas Fire and Rescue Chief Willie McDonald says an internal investigation was launched as soon as 8 News Now brought it to his attention. One of the first orders of business was to pinpoint who the call taker was.
Probably many people up in the center recognized the voice, maybe others did as well, so we wanted to be able to confirm that.
Internal interviews with other dispatchers and supervisors quickly identify the call taker. Department policy protects the information they provided, and the chief cannot release the explanation, if any, the dispatcher gave for hanging up on the man.
I guess I couldn't say that it will never happen again, but we clearly have taken the steps in this case to make sure that the employee is really clear on what should have happened there. There may be some retraining that might be necessary.
The chief says corrective action was taken.
Pretty much,
legalese answer.
That pretty much sounds like they're not firing this person, though, because they're talking about retraining. I don't know. Like, I think you might just have the wrong temperament for the job that you're doing.
I can't say that it would never happen again.
That's like when a cop shoves his baton up someone's ass, and they're like, "He needs sensitivity training."
Yeah. He needs 2 weeks paid vacation.
Hit them with the baton. Don't put it up their ass.
Then send him to a counselor for 20 minutes. He'll be fine.
That sounds about right, man.
All right.
I don't know. People expect me to hate cops though because I'm so fucking anti-corporate and anti-religion. But actually, I've had really good experiences with cops. I just think that there are a few bad apples that kind of spoil the bunch, and the fact that they don't really rat each other out. They have that blue shield they all hide behind and they all protect each other. That's really the problem there. It's that they don't hold each other accountable. But as far as the really corrupt, I think it's actually not a whole lot of them. It's a few bad bunch.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I know that we've been doing this podcast since the beginning of January, and almost every show we've had a cop shooting someone's story where it was questionable. So obviously that is still a few bad apples, but I think there's quite a few more bad apples that are being exposed recently.
Like how many bad apples do you have to come across before you're just like, man, maybe this whole bunch is just fucked? I mean, because it seems like week after week, day after day, there's no shortage of fucking police brutality stories.
It could be lack of accountability, too. I mean, Dusty could have a point there. They could just be the bad apples, but if they're never actually held accountable, they can continue just to act that way.
That's exactly it. You know, they never hold anybody accountable. It's like the Wall Street shit. If you never hold anybody accountable for their bad actions, what reason is there for anybody to behave correctly? And I think that's what it boils down to a lot of these police officers. They know they can get away with this shit.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of strikes me as insane that there are so many states where it's still considered, you know, a felonious crime to film a police officer.
Well, they should all have cameras on, period. That they should be filmed at all times.
Yes.
And really, it should be streamed to the internet live for everybody to watch it. You know, we should be able to watch them if they're going to watch us, for sure. And that would really solve a lot of the police brutality and the corruption, I guarantee you.
Yeah. I mean, states like Illinois right now, even it's illegal there. They consider it wiretapping. They prosecute people under the wiretapping law when they film police because they're filming audio during.
That's basically a misapplication of a law that was on the books.
Yes.
It's one-party consent or two-party consent. In some states, like, let's say, like Louisiana, for example, because I know the laws there, it's like you can just say one party has to have knowledge of it. So I could record this whole thing and say, hey, you're going to buy drugs, right, TJ? And you go, yeah, I'm going to do all that. I don't have to tell you. But a state like Illinois, you'd have to have two-party consent, which means the cops would have to say, you have my permission to film me.
All right, we're going to play... I don't even know what this clip is, but it's some kind... I'll let Ben introduce it.
This is a clip of a pastor who is a huge football fan on at Sunday service, and he's trying to wrap it the fuck up so he can go home and watch the football game.
All right,
The pastor in Montana conducted a 1-minute service. Why? So he could catch the 49ers playoff game. Here's the video from YouTube.
I don't know about
that. Would you all like to be forgiven for your sins? Okay, that's great, you are. I was going to talk in my message about wine and about servanthood, but I think you probably know enough about that, right? Okay, great. There's some bread and some wine up here on the table. You feel free to help yourself if you'd like to. Come as you are, that's just fine. And let's see, it's go in peace to love and serve the Lord.
Okay, we will. Thanks be to God.
Yes, and I'm out of here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he like opened up his robe at the end and he had a 49ers shirt on. So
that shows where his priority lies.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, his priorities are actually right for once.
Yeah, like I can't fault him for being honest about his priorities at that point.
And I doubt anybody really minded because church is so fucking boring. They all probably want to go out of there anyway and watch the game themselves.
Yeah. They were like, "Oh, thank God,
yeah,
we don't have to fucking
skip
sit through this
bullshit.
shit. We could just go watch the game or do whatever we want."
That's how I felt in church anyway. I just sat there the whole fucking time just waiting for it to be over.
Oh man, I went to Catholic church when I was younger, and I went to Catholic schools, and I would have to say Catholic church is probably the most boring church service on earth.
I agree. I concur.
It is like stand up, sit down, kneel down, stand up, fall asleep.
Too many rules and shit. Like you're not supposed to get communion.
Yep.
If you're not a Catholic, and you're supposed to give like this hand sign when you go up there to let them know that you're not supposed to get it. And
yeah,
I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, man. I was afraid I was going to try to bunt and steal home or some shit with my hand signs. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Man, I don't know. I never really went to too many churches. So
oh God,
I never really had to deal with that too much.
Yeah.
Well, you're very lucky. Although I got some entertaining stories out of it, so kind of missed out on that.
Damn church. I like that guy though, because he's just like, all right, God's great, God's good. You all know that? Okay, fine. All right, I'm gonna go watch football. See y'all later.
He was like, I was gonna talk about this thing, but I think everybody here already knows about that.
Y'all know Jesus, right?
I wonder if there was anyone who went to the church that day. It's like the first time, like, yeah, you got to come to my church. It's great. Our pastor is like an amazing orator, and then they just go there like, yeah, Jesus is great. Anyway, football, fuck
football
off.
time, woohoo!
It's like best church ever.
Yeah.
I'll
come back next week.
Just go every week. They should just have a church, the Church of the 1 minute sermon.
They just need to install like 120-inch like LCDs with all the money they get, and just put it all over the church so they can watch.
That's what I was thinking. Just have football fans come and watch it at the church.
The church
Problem
of football.
solved.
Yeah, and they can just preach during the commercials or something.
Yeah, there you go.
They already have snacks. They have wine and crackers. Let's get this fucking party going, man.
Yeah, get like a cheese tray out there and some fucking
a fruit platter.
Yeah, maybe some like salami and.
You're like, oh, I want salami. Salami should be there too.
There should be like salami and
wings. Should there be wings, TJ?
There should definitely be some wings
and cake and pie.
Cake and pie.
Yeah. Okay. And punch.
Oh, we're getting Dusty off his diet here.
Oh shit.
Sorry, Dusty.
It sounds worth it to me, dudes. I'm in.
All right. Maybe you will be busty when we're done. Let's see.
I'll get fat again. We can get freaky. Let's do it.
Sounds good. What else we got story-wise?
There was a video clip that I found where Ron Paul was kind of talking about how he thinks that Bitcoin should be a competitive currency against the U.S. dollar.
Let's do that.
Kind of put the dollar in check, is what he was saying. So we'll play that.
So you say if enough people use Bitcoin, it could help bring down the dollar. You think that's a real possibility? No, am I getting what you said wrong?
Well, I think it's a little bit the other way. When the dollar's in trouble, which it will get in trouble, that will be one of the alternatives. And I guess it'll be a play on it. And the more Bitcoins are used, the worse it will be for the dollar. But something has to happen to the dollar. So I think that's where the real problem is. And Mr. Greenspan said that he doesn't understand the intrinsic value of a Bitcoin. And quite frankly, I don't either. But I want to ask him, what about the intrinsic value of a dollar? Nobody knows what that is. So I think it's an alternative.
Scotty?
That's just too funny. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but we should definitely do this.
Should definitely do it.
So the what's that?
No, don't worry about it.
We need the Herman Cain one.
Oh yeah.
The 999.
I don't have facts to back this up.
Yeah.
Well, I started taking Bitcoin donations, and I got one. Somebody sent me like $5.50 in Bitcoin donations, and then it like crashed, man. I only had like $2.50 in Bitcoin donations, like overnight. And I'm like,
but it
seems to me like this, like fake online currency is not that stable and shit. And I just looked out, and it's back up to $5.50.
It's so weird how a currency that's just totally like open source or whatever words you would use would not be stable.
It's basically the stock market. And make it the price of one single Bitcoin can go from, let's say it could be $500 and it could be $550, $1,000, whatever. It's volatile, so there's no real volatility. But most Bitcoins are held by about, I think there's like 50 to 100 people or something like that hold most of the Bitcoins.
That sounds about right. Fuck monopolies.
Like the Winklevoss twins, the ones from the Facebook movie, they're actually huge investors in it. And the way you actually find Bitcoins, you have to actually you basically have to mine them from the internet. There's like software that does like algorithms, and you go around and you just find bits and pieces of them, or you just do illegal trades, like you say, I'm going to sell you some pot, or whatever, like the Silk Road scandal and all that. So
yeah, I tried that.
Yeah, the Silk Road. Yeah, it does work.
Yeah.
It would work, but the problem is that people are just unsure if it's going to be regulated or not.
But I mean, like, look, whatever you think about the Bitcoin as a currency, or whether you're a believer or not, like, I don't think anyone other than Ron Paul is talking about the Bitcoin fucking toppling the dollar.
Just enthusiasts of it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, I mean, yeah, if you're like a hardcore, like, yeah, Bitcoin, this is like the currency of the future.
Some of them think it's going to be up to $100,000 for one Bitcoin. They really believe that.
Well,
man, I wish I would have invested in this about 5 years ago.
There actually are people that become millionaires. There's this guy in Norway, I believe, that had like $28
We just need to invent our own fucking currency.
Yeah, that's all we have to do.
We'll just
the atheist coin.
Yeah, we'll just
the A-coin.
It's all open source. We actually could do it.
You can be on what would you want to? What denomination would you want to be on, Dusty? You could be on the.
I'll take the 100.
You take the 100.
Take the 100.
That's a kick-ass denomination.
I'm gonna go with the 20 then.
20.
I'm gonna be on the 20. And
that's good.
I guess
more people will have you.
We can put I don't know who else we put on there. Maybe we could put Jacqueline on.
Jacqueline, that's what I was gonna say. Jacqueline would have to be on there.
She could be naked on the 1.
Awesome. Dawkins could be on the 1,000.
Yeah.
Tony the Tiger can be on 5
so
just to fuck with people.
Is Hitch going to be on the 50?
That'd be good.
That sounds good. Yeah.
He can be smoking a cigar and drinking on it.
I loved. I watched the debates that he had with his own brother, and those were pretty amazing. His brother's pretty insane.
His brother is like almost as intelligent, but totally fucking bonkers. So, but I guess his brother. Is he a Christian? What?
Was he a Christian?
Yes. He was a right-wing
Yeah, you can
Christian.
look it up online. He did a really long debate against his own brother, who's a conservative Christian, British conservative Christian. And I guess him and Russell Brand had like this rivalry going on where they would like frequently flip out on each other on TV in England. So
cool.
Yeah. I had no idea.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. I think Russell Brand's pretty crazy, but that is funny.
Do you guys agree with him that we shouldn't vote?
You know what? I've voted every time I've had the chance to vote because I was raised in a family where I was told I thought voting was the coolest thing on earth because my parents used to take me to vote with them when I was a kid, and they used to let me like flick the levers in the voting booth. So I always thought that was cool, but I don't know.
I totally disagree with him. I think he says a bunch of well-rehearsed nonsense.
Yeah, I think in some respects that's true.
It sounds good.
I don't know. I pretty much don't have any faith in the vote, so I just like fuck that. Well, I pretty much default to the George Carlin bit on that one. I think that it's just masturbation for the populace. Because I mean, like the problem with voting is like it might work if we had a direct democracy and an informed populace, but since the populace is stupid and the democracy is rigged and everything has been like the borders of
the electoral college.
Yeah, I mean they've gerrymandered these districts to the point where one party can get the majority of votes and yet not have the majority of seats.
We got an issue in America. Too many good docs are getting out of business. Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women all across this country.
I love that.
I don't disagree with anything you just said, but at the same time, I can definitely see a difference between Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. And I definitely think, even though I don't like Barack Obama very much, I definitely think that he's made better decisions and has been a better president than Mitt Romney would be. And I do think in some small way, the votes of the people did go to elect Barack Obama as president, even if it was only in the swing states.
Well, I mean, I guess my opinion on that is, like, there are differences, and I definitely would prefer Barack Obama to Mitt Romney. But when it comes to, like, the fact that Obama has persecuted more people under the Espionage Act, the fact that he's been responsible for more drone strikes, for increasing drone strikes,
drone killing kids all over the place.
Yeah, for you know, I mean, like is in terms of like foreign policy, in terms of like what's actually been done. I mean, it's really not much of a difference between him and Bush or any fucking president that we've had. So I just think that, but I mean, you know, it's like, what are you going to do? You're going to vote for the guy that wants to plunge us back into like a 1950s social situation?
We would have had polygamy, though, TJ.
No, man.
Yeah, we would have had polygamy.
No, Romney was not
like
a polygamist. His grandfather was a polygamist, and that's why they lived in Mexico.
He would have brought it back.
I don't know. I'm kind of all for that. Maybe I should have voted for Romney. I kind of like the idea of polygamy. Although I can't really keep the one wife I have, so maybe that's a bad idea.
But you know, just think of it, spares.
He was born in Michigan. He was the governor of Massachusetts, and he lost both states because he's such a fucking douchebag that the state he was born in and the state he was the fucking governor of won't even vote for him.
The people of Michigan were Michigan, not Michigan. Massachusetts. The people of Massachusetts were like, we've had this and we're going to decline.
No, thank you.
We tried that. We didn't like it. Sorry.
I heard that he didn't even write a fucking concession speech. That's how delusional he was that God was going to let him win.
Dude,
and he didn't even bother to fucking write a concession speech.
I just think
that
it's
shows you the mindset.
I think it's so funny that every person who did statistical analysis that was unbiased pretty much came to the conclusion that Obama had it in the bag, but the Republicans to the very bitter end were just like, we gonna win this one.
Karl Rove,
they're on
man.
Fox News.
Yeah. Karl Rove was like, go to the back and check. He was like, I don't believe it. Go to the back and check. And Megyn Kelly got up.
Go consult those math heads.
When Obama won Ohio, it was like, okay, you know, he's going to win.
I think the Karl Rove's slogan should be math. Even once.
He sent Megyn Kelly in her little skirt off to the vote tally room to confirm it. It's funny because they don't let the women wear pants at Fox News, so she has to wear like this little skirt, and she was kind of like walking all super slow to the room to be like, are you sure?
You mean Megian?
Megian, yeah.
Megian, yeah. She needs to learn how to spell her damn name. But yeah, she's an info babe. What do you expect from an info babe? They're not there. She's like, I'm not saying she's not smart, she's not an intelligent woman, because I'm sure she is. But at the same time, she's where she is because of her looks. I mean, it's just
they're like the Stepford wives at Fox News. They're all like robotic-looking, blonde-haired white ladies. You know,
the Step Fox wives.
Yeah.
Well, that probably fits in really well with their 70-year-old demographic. They like those young blonde girls.
Yeah, every time I see the young blondes on Fox, I always imagine the dudes at the nursing home like, oh, yeah.
This is a good show and episode.
I'm watching the news. Oh, yeah. And then Bill O'Reilly comes on and tells them, like, every bitter, hateful thing you've ever thought is right. Wow.
Scaring old people.
We have
5 nights a week.
We have to start a campaign to get TJ on the O'Reilly Factor because TJ has a big plan for Bill O'Reilly if he gets on it.
I do.
I just want to leave it at that. I don't want to get into details. But
you can't share it.
But TJ needs to get on the O'Reilly Factor. You know, like around Christmas time, he likes to beat up atheists. He usually gets like the most docile atheist that's willing
to. What's that David Silverman guy?
Yeah.
The dude that kind of just
you
sits
don't like
there.
David Silverman?
Oh, no.
He's
fine.
He's fine, but it's like Bill knows that guy's not going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about,
He's very
you idiot?
polite.
Yeah.
You know?
You think he's too soft?
Yeah, well, I'm not saying he's too soft. I'm just saying that O'Reilly likes him because he's soft.
Yeah. O'Reilly likes people that he can verbally and physically intimidate on his show, because he is a physically intimidating guy. He's really big.
He's a big dude.
So,
If you're intimidated by
so
that
am
kind
I.
of thing.
He's gonna body slam them. That's what he wants to do, really.
I'd probably be nervous, but not because I'm scared of a rally at all, but just because I'm on national television, I'd be a little nervous. But I would like to see TJ on there. I mean, I think he'd kill it. You know, you're going to do a campaign, you should do a video about that. I definitely would help spread that shit.
Bill O'Reilly. Me and Bill should just do it.
TJ, challenge him to a boxing match for charity. A boxing match for charity, so you can say.
Yeah. Every time I punch Bill in the face, an orphan gets a new toy.
Let's do it in the octagon. Elbow that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have some big elbows, and they're really hard. So.
I hope so.
Well, I mean, you know, like...
I hope your bones aren't like Jell-O.
Just, well, I mean...
You hit a wall and you just explode.
I'm just saying, like, look at this compared to most people's... Well, no one can see, but you know what I'm saying.
Bad example.
I'm imagining your elbows right now, and they're very hard. So
yeah, just like...
kudos.
Imagine, like, a ship's anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm imagining Wolverine with titanium elbows.
Yes.
Yes.
Or
There you go.
adamantium elbows.
Adamantium! Are we going to do another news story?
Yeah. We'll
how
do
did
this
How
one.
did Ron Paul segue into this shit?
Do
I
you
have no idea.
want to hear the rest of it, or
No, fuck
Okay.
that. Let's go to something else.
Fuck Ron Paul.
That dude's... Why won't he just die? I mean, he's so fucking old.
That dude's still a thing.
He's still
Ron Paul's still around.
and he's senile too. You can tell. He's just like,
the dollar,
the Bitcoin is good. Buy gold.
he has a fake eyebrow too that popped off during a debate one time. So
He has a fake
poor
eyebrow.
dude.
yeah, he does. Yeah, look it up. Just
Whoa.
Google Ron Paul fake eyebrow. You will see pictures.
I'm totally gonna look this shit up.
Yeah. So we're gonna play a video about some parents that got pissed off about a poster that was given to some high school students in their sex ed class.
Let's do it. In the butt.
This poster.
Why would you put it in front of 13-year-old students?
He thought the poster, which lists things like oral sex and grinding, might have been a prank until he contacted the school principal and was told it was a teaching material.
The poster that you reference is actually a part of our middle school health and science materials, and so it is a part of our district-approved curriculum. However, the item is meant to be part of a lesson, and so certainly as a standalone poster without the context of the teacher-led discussion, I could see that there might be some pause for concern.
But Ellis is now concerned that what's on this poster is being taught to his 13-year-old in school.
It's just a poster that says things like oral sex and grinding and
Yeah, it's not like there's some big-titted bitch on the front or anything.
No.
Damn, I'm disappointed now.
I'm sure they were too, you know.
Yeah, because the 13-year-olds would never know about things like grinding and oral sex
let's
if
not
not,
have
if not for the poster.
Let's not have a realistic conversation about sex. Let's talk about abstinence and things that will never really work or happen.
Yeah, let's live in a theoretical world that corresponds to our whims and desires. That sounds good. But I guess
I
that's...
just don't understand why people are so scared of telling kids the truth. I mean, I have this conversation with my sister all the time about how to raise her little daughter, and just fucking tell the kids the truth, man. Why do we feel like we have to lie and keep the truth and knowledge from children? It makes absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever.
Because we have to preserve this bullshit notion of, like, their innocence.
That's exactly what they fucking tell me. You know the conversation already. I guess you've had this shit, but it's so annoying, man. What the fuck is it about knowledge and truth that is bad for a child to have?
It's like, oh my God, if they have this knowledge, they'll be corrupted. But I mean, doesn't that harken back to the Bible when the most evil thing in this perfect garden is a tree of knowledge?
Tree of knowledge, yep.
And a talking snake.
The snake,
talking snake
will seduce you.
How the fuck are they supposed to know what they're doing is right or wrong if they don't have the knowledge of good and evil yet?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That doesn't make much sense. But I mean, like,
I guess it's the least of the problems of the story.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if it's the least, but it's just another problem with a story rife with problems. If you try to have a literal interpretation, anyway.
Yeah. There's like 49 seconds of the clip left, so we'll just finish that.
Who approved this? You know, this had to pass through enough hands that someone should have said, hey, wait a minute. These are 13-year-old kids.
District spokesperson Leanne Neal says the poster needs to be viewed in the context of a bigger curriculum, which she calls abstinence-based for students in middle school.
The curriculum is part of, it aligns with national standards around those topics, and it's a part of our curriculum in the school district.
But Ellis thinks if that's the case, the curriculum needs to change.
This has nothing to do with abstinence or sexual reproduction, actually, a lot of these things. I would like to see that this particular portion of this curriculum is removed from the school.
And if the curriculum doesn't change, Ellis plans to remove his daughter from the sexual education classes.
Okay, so wait. So this is actually part of an abstinence program. So like this guy is basically taking issue with something that they're probably like going over this and being like, oral sex is wrong.
Listen to his reasoning. They're 13.
They 13.
That was his reasoning. They're 13.
13.
That was his reasoning. There was no logic. There was nothing else. It was he's 13.
It's an arbitrary age.
Yeah.
He was 13, and these several prominent child psychologists have said this, this, and this. No, none of that. Just like, man,
Well,
they 13. What you doing? No. No!
I guarantee you I knew all the fuck about oral sex and twerking and all that shit when I was 12 and 13, man. I started masturbating at like 10. I was all over it. So I guarantee you by 13, they know all the fuck about it, especially if they watch television for 5 minutes.
Yeah, but not this guy's daughter. She's like, she just lives in a box and like has headphones on, and they make her listen to like Christian gospel music or something, and that's all.
Sounds like she needs to be rescued.
Yeah, I mean, like.
And I like Vicky, and she likes me back. And she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Why do I feel like that's how I sound when I talk? The atheist water boy.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not. You're good.
No, good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You sound more like Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton. I was going for Elvis, but I guess Billy Bob ought to do. He was married to Angelina Jolie, so that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe like, what, for like 2 weeks or something like that?
He was the bad Santa,
Hey, I'll
too.
take it.
The bad Santa.
That's Santa. That suits me pretty good. I'm a pretty fucking bad Santa.
Oh, yeah. What else we got?
There's a video about the hatred against gays in Uganda.
Let's do it.
All right.
The 2010 tabloid banner read, "Hang them." David Cato told CNN then he knew he was in danger.
So I was on the newspapers. So the landlord said, the villagers want to set my house ablaze. They want to burn my house.
Homophobia in this deeply conservative Christian nation is rabid. David's mother says she didn't know he was gay until he was murdered. I would condemn him, she responds. I would hate him, but I would counsel him. She too stigmatized by his sexuality and did not want us to visit her at home. The community keeps accusing me that I bring whites to promote homosexuality among the children, she tells us. The irony, gay rights activists say, is that it was a small group of American evangelicals who came to Uganda speaking out against homosexuality, which was already illegal, that really took the persecution of the LGBT community to a new level.
Some friends.
Kashana Bagesera is one of the few gay activists to speak out in public.
So they went to Parliament and advised them to change the law. They went to universities and told students that we are recruiting them into homosexuality, that we have a lot of money, that they should be careful. Then they went to parents and told them that we are recruiting their children.
The first draft of an anti-homosexuality bill, she recalls, introduced in 2009, included the death penalty.
On December 20th...
So I think that it's interesting to me that the American evangelicals are the ones that brought this over there in such like force. I mean, I guess there was probably already some sentiment because they said it was already against the law, but it seems like American evangelicals went over there and found a much more receptive audience to their brand of bullshit.
They infected them. They infected them with this disease of the American version of religion.
Yeah.
Just like they did in that video
And by the way, an ironic twist on this story. I don't know if this video will cover it, but it was recently revealed that
They were out on the lawn eating the fucking grass, man, because the preacher told them to go out and eat the fucking grass, and so they did it.
Uganda.
And it was.
Yeah, Uganda actually is one of the top, or if not maybe the top country for per capita gay porn searches.
It's always that way. And Mississippi's just like that. Surrounded by all these homophobes, and you look, and it's one of the top for gay porn searches. It's just something about people can't come to terms with their sexuality, and it just makes them fucking hate. And it's like I said in one of my last videos, people call me gay all the time. They're constantly calling me a fag. And why would I care if you call me a fag? I mean, there's nothing wrong with being gay. There's no logical reason for it to bother me. It's just, you're just showing your own ignorance. So...
Yeah, I always think that's funny when people are like, you fucking suck cocks because you're a faggot. I mean, I'll still say that shit too, but it's like in jest. Like, almost just like saying,
ironically.
like, fuck you or something.
Amazing atheist. More like the amazing faggot.
I get amazing gaytheist too.
Amazing gaytheist.
You're
the
more like amazing gaytheist.
Yeah.
It's so clever.
I know, it's like the cleverest damn thing. No, the most clever thing people do is the unamazing atheist.
I'll see that all over the place. The unamazing
They
atheist.
should call him, there's nothing amazing about him. And then I'm like, hey, I always want to tell those people, like, hey, maybe that's the point.
That's the point.
Wasn't it based on the Amazing Racist?
No, it wasn't. It was
not?
I just thought it sounded like a magician name.
Oh.
Plus, I was being ironic. Like, people were always thinking, like, I did it because I have a huge ego.
Yeah,
but
you're
actually, it was like I was being a little bit self-deprecating. But people don't really get that on the internet, I guess.
That's exactly what I was doing. The Cult of Dusty was originally supposed to be a cult of Dusty, cult of one person. But so I know where you're coming from. But the Amazing Atheist was a brilliant idea. I mean, that was brilliant marketing and branding that you did for yourself. So you scored big with that name.
Score!
Someone in the comment section said, Uganda be kidding me.
Uganda be kidding me.
They're so punny.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, look, but Uganda, if you ever want to have some gay sex, it's probably the best country to go to. Because you know that they're desperate over there. And plus, they obviously associate white people with homosexuality because they were accusing that woman of bringing whites who promote homosexuality.
Yeah, that's the
there.
funny thing because it's actually whites that are coming there to promote killing
Yeah.
homosexuals.
But they've probably
ironic.
encountered a lot of Westerners who have different attitudes as well, which they probably don't like too much.
Plus, a lot of those guys that are there promoting to kill the gays are probably gay themselves, just like we were talking about. So,
well, I mean, it's actually, it's been pretty much proven. If you look up, you can look this up on like Google if you do the search for the research. But there was research done where they basically they hooked guys up to these machines that basically measure arousal.
Oh yeah.
And they had the guys that identified that were basically they hated gay people. And then they had straight guys who had, basically like, I don't care, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. And they basically found that the homophobes were almost invariably aroused by gay porn. So
do they hook a dick up to their wire or some shit?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they actually they hook your dick up to some machinery and it measures.
A measuring machine.
Yeah, it measures blood flow.
Measures
to
the
your
blood
penis.
flow to your.
Measures how gay you are, apparently.
Yeah, well, they show them gay porn, and then they're just like,
how do you feel?
They measure how much if the blood flow starts increasing to their cock.
That's awesome. But when they're sitting there so embarrassed because they know the machine's ratting them out and shit. And they're like, don't get hard at this, don't get hard at this. But that dude's dick looks so delicious. I must have it. I kind of feel bad for them. They must be sweating and shit.
They're sitting there like, this is wrong. Oh, it's so wrong, so right.
Please, Jesus. Please help me. I get a hard on from this dude's dick.
Yeah, was it Pray Away the Gay Camps, TJ?
Pray the gay away.
That's like that Antoine Dotson, the hide your kids, hide your wife. You see that guy? He's now straight now because he read the Bible.
That's good.
I did not know that he was straight because he read the Bible.
Yeah. He's totally straight now. You can just tell how straight he is by looking at him.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your husband because they raping everybody out there.
Everybody.
That's why I ain't hiding.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, he was on the Young Turks, and he gave an interview talking about that shit. And he said, I'm not praying the gay away. I want to get right with my God. Like, fucking guy gives a shit if you're fucking other dudes. Come on. I think God's got bigger problems if he were to exist.
God's sitting up there like, wait a minute, where are they putting their dicks? Ah, come on. Wrong Stupid humans. Fuck.
It's supposed to be exit only, motherfucker.
These humans, man. You can't trust them. Turn your back on them for a second. They're fucking each other. In the
I have
butt.
to torture you forever now, because that's just.
Yeah. Or maybe that's just what God's into. Maybe hell is just the S&M club under heaven.
God's just a fucking sadist, the ultimate sadist.
God's like, oh yeah, you like it, don't you, bitch?
Yeah, didn't obey that one rule? Oh, you're in hell now. Forever. Oh.
Forever.
Maybe God is like a cannibal, and then hell is just like Kenny Rogers' slow roasters.
That sounds good. Let's do that.
That's my theory.
What else we got?
We got Obama talking like.
Do you guys want to take a little break? We're already an hour in. I don't know if you guys want to break for a second or what.
I guess we can do it after this story.
You want to do the story first?
Yeah, I guess we could.
Let's do it.
It's Obama defending, spying on people.
Good.
Yeah, here
Finally.
we go.
At the dawn of our republic,
a
small secret surveillance committee born out of the Sons of Liberty was established in Boston. And the group's members included Paul Revere.
Paul Revere.
At night, they would patrol the streets, reporting back any signs that the British were preparing raids against America's early patriots. Throughout American history, intelligence has helped secure our country and our freedoms. In the Civil War, Union...
Okay, wait, well, I mean, yeah, if you're spying on, like, enemies, sure, but, like, when you're spying on your own people, that really doesn't safeguard their freedoms. That encroaches upon it.
You didn't say Paul Revere is, like, running into people's houses like, what the fuck y'all doing up in here?
Yeah.
Paul Revere used to spy on his neighbors in the shower and jerk off. I mean, come on, that's patriotic.
Obama's the only guy I know that can say so many pretty fucking words and not ever actually say shit.
Yeah, well, he's. I mean, that's just the mark of a good politician, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
I guess that's true.
That's
he's really brilliant at what he does.
If you could just like sit there and be like, I mean, he's basically trying to like already setting up this case where like there's nothing more patriotic than us spying on you. God damn it, it's as American as apple pie.
And wasn't he supposed to be the transparency president?
That was
originally.
That was the rhetoric going in, but as you can see, it has changed slightly.
Yeah, remember that too. I'm going to close Guantanamo Bay. I'm going to do this and this and this, and oh, well, he didn't do any of it.
Yeah, he was going to be the transparency president. He didn't tell us. He said he meant we were going to be transparent to the government.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
That's what
I will make you all transparent.
Mission accomplished.
Balloons reconnaissance tracked the size of Confederate armies by counting the number of campfires. In World War II, codebreakers gave us insights into Japanese war plans. And when Patton marched across Europe, intercepted communications helped save the lives of his troops.
What a fucking false dichotomy.
After the war...
I mean, like, he's basically like, legitimate reasons to spy exist. Therefore...
It's the same exact thing, TJ. It's the same exact shit, man. Why can't you see that?
It'd be like if he baked a dog shit pie and then he fucking went on this spiel like, making pies has been part of American tradition for years. Apple pies, blueberry pies. Who hasn't eaten a blueberry pie?
So what was he about to say? Caesar crossed the Rubicon. Come on, everyone. There's historical precedence for this shit.
Therefore, my shit pie is good.
I just know that you're a terrorist if you don't eat the dog shit pie. That's all I know.
Yeah. You gotta eat the dog shit pie. Hey, if you don't fucking have anything to fear from the dog shit pie, then
you better fucking eat it then.
Yeah. Or are you a terrorist?
Rise of the Iron Curtain and nuclear weapons only increased the need for sustained intelligence gathering. And so, in the early days of the Cold War, President Truman created the National Security Agency, or NSA, to give us insights into the Soviet bloc and provide our leaders with information they needed to confront aggression and avert catastrophe. Throughout this evolution, we benefited from both our Constitution and our traditions of limited government. U.S. intelligence agencies were anchored in a system of checks and balances.
Thanks to me, that is all in the past.
Leaders and protections for ordinary citizens. Meanwhile, totalitarian states like East Germany offered a cautionary tale of what could happen when vast, unchecked surveillance turned citizens into informers, and persecuted people for what they said in the privacy of their own homes. In fact, even the United States proved not to be immune to the abuse of surveillance. In the 1960s, government
Not the
spied on-
1960s, now. Well, also in the 1960s, but I mean, you know.
Civil rights leaders and critics of the Vietnam War. And partly in response to these revelations, additional laws were established in the 1970s to ensure that our intelligence capabilities could not be misused against our citizens. In the long twilight struggle against communism, we had been reminded that the very liberties that we sought to preserve could not be sacrificed at the altar of national security.
That's some pretty rhetoric, but I mean, it really means nothing.
Yes.
I mean, he's basically just saying, like, we share your concerns, even though we never shared them until you guys found out about this, because we never told you.
Yeah, until this guy blew the whistle, we really didn't tell you anything about it, but now we're going to tell you. Now we really care.
Look, the whole time we were doing this whole secret spy on everyone at all times thing, we were thinking about civil liberties and stuff.
They were stroking their dick to Paul Revere and Patton.
We were like, oh, Paul Revere, yeah, Paul. Yeah, Paul Revere.
Oh,
Paul Revere
General
would have
Patton.
wanted this.
Mr. Patton.
Oh, George Washington
General
would be so
Patton.
fucking psyched if he could see what we're
Oh,
doing.
Fuck yeah.
I love this. It's like period piece porn. The thing is, basically, Obama's he's asking us to take his word on it by faith. Because what they're doing is not transparent at all. We have no fucking clue what they're actually doing. And so, but they're basically just saying, trust us. But fuck no, I don't take shit on faith. I think faith is bullshit. So,
yeah, like, and I don't think Obama has earned he hasn't had a presidency where it's like we can just accept shit on his word, you know? I mean, like, if this was like FDR coming out and saying this, I'd be like, you know what? FDR's word is good enough for me. But this is fucking Obama, who, you know, has failed to deliver on 90% of his promises.
Yeah, lied, backtracked, changed the, you know, what I actually said was.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's a smooth talker, and he doesn't make a lot of these, like, major gaffes like Bush did. But I mean, if you actually look at, like, the way his rhetoric has transformed year after year, I mean, he basically backpedals and backtracks and covers his ass and does every contemptible political thing you could possibly do. I mean,
yeah, I call him Black Bush. He's basically just a Republican president. We need a really good liberal president, but it looks like we're going to get Hillary next, so I'm not sure when the next time we're going to get a really good liberal president's going to be.
She was beaten by Obama. I think someone like Bernie Sanders could probably beat her. I don't know.
Bernie Sanders is too old.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think Hillary's a shoe-in. I think she's
I agree
guy.
with Dusty. I think Hillary is like a lock.
You know what? I agree with you, but that's what they said last time too.
But you know what? You know what changed it? Texas.
You know what?
Because Obama won Texas, and obviously Iowa first, but then when you won Texas.
But I think the Republicans were Republicans can vote in Texas, and they had this massive, like, sabotage effort where, like, we'll fucking put Obama in there and he'll never win the national election, and then he did. But the reason I think Hillary's just a fucking shoe-in is because the Republicans, as far as I can tell, have no one that they can run that can win a general election. And also, I think Hillary's just gonna show up and she's gonna do the wise thing and be like, you know what? If you vote for me, it's just gonna be like a third Bill Clinton term. Because that's
going to bill her as the most qualified candidate in history. That'll be her marketing, I guarantee you.
Well, at this point, she would be pretty qualified, at least in terms of the jobs that she's held. Because, I mean, she's been First Lady, she's been a senator, she's been Secretary of State. I mean, so...
Yeah, the marketing will be legit, definitely. I mean, she definitely has the credentials, no doubt about it.
I just don't think that... I mean, one thing that I could say about Hillary is she might be a little bit better at manipulating the political process than Obama has been. Because it seems like...
just cave immediately. He was just such a pussy about it, it seemed like. He just, like France, fucking surrendered every chance he got.
Yeah, Obama likes to back down and make serious, like he likes to make compromises that don't make any sense. Like, it's okay to compromise, but Like, you see, like, the compromises he made for Obamacare, like getting rid of the public option and all that shit. I mean, you see how shitty it's made the system. I mean, it's just like, even if it was operating exactly as it was supposed to be and there were no monkey wrenches in the works, it would still just be only slightly better than what we had before.
Yeah, it's just a gift to insurance companies. That's all it is.
That's exactly what it is. Give away to insurance companies. I can kind of give them some slack on the bad website shit because I'm like an MMO geek, and like every major MMORPG that's ever came out has a bad launch day.
Well, the problem,
I can kind of give them a little slack on it, but
the problem with that is that it's not like they hired the best people. They hired a bunch of Indians
Yeah, they
to
hired
do
a bunch
it.
of Indians, and they're no longer even working with that company.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, like, when you're in America, you're in the fucking land of tech companies. Why wouldn't you approach Google or something with that? Why would you approach some shitty Indian company that said they'd do it for, you know, some cut rate?
that makes absolutely no sense.
Exactly.
Incompetence and at the highest levels.
It's actually nepotism, because I believe there was some association between Michelle Obama and the guy who was in charge of getting the site put together. So,
well, in that case, fuck Obama. I know all that shit. Down with Obama. Let's impeach that motherfucker.
There's another little bit here that I'll play that kind of adds on to this.
Well, look, I think it's embarrassing for a head of state to
This
go
is
on
Julian
like that
Assange.
for 45 minutes and say almost nothing. Unfortunately, one has to deconstruct a little of what has been said in the points that you've raised. First of all, let's look for some positive in what has come out of here. Well, it's clear that the President would not be speaking today were it not for the actions of Edward Snowden and whistleblowers before him like Frank Drake and Binney. Those national security whistleblowers have forced this debate. This President has been dragged, kicking and screaming, to today's address. He has been very reluctant to make any concrete reforms, and unfortunately today we also see very few concrete reforms. What we see is kicking off the ball into the congressional grass, kicking it off into panels of lawyers that he will that he will instruct to report back at some stage in the future. Well, we heard a lot of lies in this speech by Obama.
Yeah, I mean, I think Julian Assange is pretty much correct there. The thing about the whole whistleblower thing is, I mean, like, one of the things is that how can you possibly honestly move forward on this issue if you're not willing to pardon the whistleblower? Because if not for Edward Snowden, we couldn't have this debate. He's the one that brought this to our attention. Obviously, Obama now is putting forth this rhetoric that we deserve to know, that we are involved in the conversation. So why wouldn't you pardon the person who made us part of the conversation if that was, in fact, a good thing that you support?
Because he's full of shit.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I would do if I was running for president. I would run on a platform of, I'm going to completely pardon whistleblowers, and not only will I pardon you, I will protect you. So if you got shit to come out and say it and let the world know about it.
We got it.
Vote Dusty Smith, 2018.
2018. You could
I'm going to run forever until I win.
What platform are you running on?
I run on a platform where I will take rich people's shit and give it to you, okay? You're 99% of the population. You would benefit so much more if you didn't let 1% of the population take all your shit. I will take all that shit and I will give it back to you. If you're in the 1%, you should not vote for me. I will be bad for you. You should vote against me. But if you're in the 99%, you would have to be fucking insane not to vote for me, because I will take their shit and give it to you.
I love that.
TJ's platform is the Taco Bell platform.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm actually going to be a competitor for you at some point, because once I'm old enough to run, I'm going to run on the Taco Bell platform.
Yes.
It's old enough to run.
We discussed this last night, actually.
What's the Taco Bell platform? Let's hear it.
The Taco Bell platform is basically you just eat tacos.
And smoke lots of weed.
Yeah, and you smoke weed. And
Pan. We like to call it pan here.
And I'm gonna just choose a random Taco Bell to be the new White House, and I'm gonna have THC just pumped in through the ventilation system.
Yeah, man, you're gonna be hard to beat now. I thought my platform was good, but I'm gonna have to get on board with the fucking taco administration.
Yeah, we're gonna eat, like the whole. We're just gonna eat tacos, and like it's like, what's your opinion on the situation in North Korea? Like, just send them some tacos. Just send them some tacos.
An
Once
Oreo and taco care
I
package.
think that would work. I think Kim Jong Un or one of the fucking
I'd even invite. Yeah, I'd invite that little fucker over for tacos. Be like, hey, Kim, we don't have to be enemies. Just come over. Let's eat some tacos. Smoke some weed.
Know he likes tacos.
Bring him and Dennis Rodman. Let's eat some motherfucking tacos and eat some motherfucking weed. That
And
sounds
Dennis,
awesome.
yeah, me, Dennis Rodman, and Kim Jong Un in a Taco Bell, smoking weed,
Dennis
eating
Rodman,
tacos.
dude. Dennis Rodman should be your vice president.
Dennis Rodman is going to be my vice president, and Dusty, you can be Secretary of State.
Hell yeah, I'm all over that shit.
And
I
Ben,
don't even know what that is, but I'll Google it and figure it out.
it doesn't matter. It's you just
It's
you,
what,
you have power. That's all that you know.
It's what Hillary Clinton was and John Kerry is now.
And Ben can be
Yeah, I
my
don't
district. Ben can be my district attorney.
Okay.
Let's
Not-
prosecute Wall Street. We'll put
Not
put him
district
on that.
attorney, attorney general.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Get those motherfuckers.
Yeah, but Ben can be the head of all law enforcement.
That would be amazing. That's an idea.
That was.
Who's
that's
going to be
a-
in charge of taco distribution?
And
That's-
Scotty
that's
will
the key.
just Scotty will just be the shadowy figure in the background, coldly manipulating it all.
Handing out tacos.
No, he'll figure out some way that like we could make a fortune.
Probably.
That sounds awesome. I'm on board.
Green Party, Green Party.
Not Green Party, Taco Party.
No, that someone on the chat was saying Green Party.
Fuck the Green Party.
The Green Party.
That's actually how they got Rob Ford as the mayor of Toronto. Was that the Green Party got so much power in Toronto? They passed a bunch of crazy regulations. Then Rob Ford was like, "I'll cut your taxes, and I'm not going to make you recycle." Then he won.
And then he smoked crack.
And then he smoked crack. Yeah.
That sounds like a great platform. I'm going to undo progress. Vote for me. And then I'll smoke crack.
People are really dumb, though. I mean,
Oh, yeah, I know.
yeah, people are very short-sighted creatures.
Yes.
I live in a state where my poor relatives can't get health care because we have a Republican governor that turned down the Medicaid, you know. And you can get it in any other state that has a Democratic governor, but my poor relatives can't get it here. But they still vote Republican.
They're
they
stoned.
vote against
Yeah,
their own best fucking interests.
I've seen it
Mad-
too. In my family, we have people that are just like fucked up health-wise. They've fucking relied on government money to get them through situations like that. They smoke pot. They do everything that like every fucking behavior they engage in, you would just be like, you should be voting Democrat, or at least, you know, something other than fucking Republican. And yet, every time, Republican, 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 Republican. And I guess
Well,
it's,
you've met my family. You know them.
yeah, I think, well, you and I mean, I actually lived in Mississippi for a while.
Oh, did you? I didn't know that. Where'd you live?
I lived in Diamond Head. Do you know where that is?
Hell no, I never heard of it.
It's
on
just
the Gulf Coast.
It's like an old people community, pretty much. It's not officially one, but it pretty much is. And my
Well, that
dad,
explains a lot.
my dad really liked it there, but I detested it and thought it was shit. So
You know
Well,
what's,
I'm with you.
Yeah, you know what's funny about Mississippi is they actually they actually wanted to set up a healthcare exchange. The guy I forget who they put in charge of it. He actually wanted to set it up, but the Republican governor's like, no, we can't do it. He's like, well, it's federal law, so we'll have to do it anyways. They're like, no, let the federal government do it. So that is kind of funny. So even Republicans in that state wanted to run their own exchanges, but they wouldn't let them. Because basically,
Yeah, and it sucks too. We have one of the highest exchanges here in Mississippi. They've just completely fucked us over every possible way that you can be fucked over.
Was Mississippi the state that recently, maybe within the last few years, was the last state to officially end slavery?
yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
it was like a few months ago. That long ago.
That is fucked up.
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
Dusty was pissed because he had to let all his slaves go.
yeah, he's like, damn it.
Who's gonna pick my cotton now?
Go
I want to
on.
fucking pick my own cotton. That sucks.
Damn it. Fucking.
Damn it. Fucking progress.
I hate progress.
Mississippi's got a lot of problems, man. You know, we're the most obese state. We're the most religious state. We're the state with the lowest IQ. So we're just all fucked up, man. But it
Yeah.
really comes down to lack of education. The education system is so poor here.
I've tried to
that you
tell.
just can't get-
I remember Ben at some point told me that he would prefer Mississippi to Alabama, and I pretty much told him like, no, there's really nowhere you'd rather not be than Mississippi.
The last choice.
That's like pretty
That's
much.
what people in Mississippi say about Kentucky, though.
Nah, I'd say Mississippi is worse than Kentucky. But I mean, if Mississippi has to lie to itself and be like, you know what, at least we better than Kentucky. I mean, like, I got to give it to them because I just feel bad.
Sometimes I try to forget about how close I live to Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah, and West Virginia.
You shouldn't be too sad, though, because all those fucking hills are filled with crazy pot-smoking hillbillies.
Oh, well.
I mean, they're pretty
I fit
cool.
right in there. That sounds just like me. Crazy pot-smoking hillbilly.
Yeah, you know, so I mean, like, and moonshine. I mean,
Ugh.
come on now.
Yeah.
You got to be tough to drink the moonshine, though.
I've never had moonshine. I'm a pussy.
Moonshine, it's basically like drinking pain.
Drinking pain.
Drinking pain. That's a good
You
expression.
get really,
for it.
really fucked up after you drink it.
I don't think I'd want to drink pain. I think I'd rather smoke happiness.
Yeah, me too. At the moment.
I'm not much of a drinker. I like the experience of being stoned way more than I like the experience of being drunk.
I think we're let's take a little break. Dusty, I'm just gonna call you back when the break's over, because otherwise you're gonna have to sit there and listen to music for like 10 minutes or something.
That would be terrible. Okay.
Right.
See you guys in a few. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you for being on.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool so far.
No problem. Been awesome. I
All
can do
right.
the show anytime.
Well,
I'll talk to you guys in a few.
All right, thank
bye-bye.
you. Bye. All right. We'll be right back.
Kaboom!
Kaboom, kaboom.
Dusty back.
Dusty!
We are back.
We're back too.
Yeah, awesome.
Dusty, what did you think about during that break?
Masturbation, obviously.
Did you think about masturbation, or did you actually masturbate?
A little bit masturbation, but I didn't like open up all my porn tabs or anything.
That is
It
a
was
common
like a masturbation light session.
That's a pretty common response to being in my presence for an hour. So
You are damn sexy.
I know, it's a curse and a blessing. So what do we got on the agenda, Ben?
Well, we didn't listen to the rest of that clip that I had earlier, but there's other stuff that I have too.
Yeah. Let's see what we got.
There was a twerking contest for $50,000 that some girl entered and won, and she didn't even have to twerk.
What?
I don't know.
Juicy J, gonna talk to him.
Who the fuck is Juicy J, by the way?
I don't know.
I don't know who he is, but I guess he's giving away $50,000.
Sounds like a flavor of gum almost.
Yeah. Okay.
We're also talking about him because of this scholarship competition that he held. It was called the $50,000 twerking scholarship. There was a catch here. It's a good one. Here's the winning submission.
Hello, everybody. My name is Zaire Holmes. I am a full-time college student and full-time single mom. I am going to school to become a doctor. My major is biological sciences. I am currently enrolled at the State College of Florida, and I'm getting my AA here. Once I receive my AA, I will transfer to the University of South Florida or the University of Florida. I deserve this scholarship because I am exceedingly motivated, and I am a hardworking mom and student.
Yes. Great pitch there. Well, Juicy J saw one thing in her, in that winner, and it was what she didn't do that put her over the top.
Congrats. Crying is good. Let it out. Congrats, here you go. It's your chat. I come from nothing, you know what I'm saying? I came from 6 people living in a 2-bedroom apartment hustling. It just kind of reminded me of myself, you know, coming up when I was 19. I was like really working hard.
Because a lot of people thought that you had to twerk, but
Yeah.
you actually had to read the rules.
Yes.
But
So
you
let's say it again. You didn't have to twerk, you had to do what?
Read the rules.
Read the rules. See, that's what
Oh man, he fucking tricked a bunch of people. That's
Do you
awesome.
know how many fucking videos were probably sent to him?
Yeah.
Of twerking?
I think it was just a way for him to get a bunch of twerking
Yeah,
videos,
it
and
was-
then being
it-
able to be like, "You're all idiots" at the end of
new
it.
fapping material till the end of time. That's what he was really going for.
Twerk,
That's pretty
bitch.
genius. I'm going to have a twerking for T-shirts contest with my culties, so that sounds awesome.
Good.
TJ, you can enter. I think you already made a video, didn't you?
Yes, he did.
I actually.
Yeah, TJ, you need to enter that competition.
Awkward.
Galen's girlfriend is like a twerking master, though.
Is she?
Yeah, she's actually she's going to be twerking in some movie where she's going to like she's going to be twerking up against some famous actor. I can't remember his fucking name.
She twerks professionally.
Yeah, she's a professional twerker.
That's awesome. I want to see this chick.
Yeah, she's pretty good at it.
You've actually seen her do it though,
Yeah, I have.
and she's like an expert.
Yes.
She's an expert.
That's strange.
She has like amazing ass control.
Amazing ass control.
I think it'd be weird to ask her like, "Hey, we've heard this. Could you just like show us?"
If you ask
Trust but
nicely.
verify.
If you ask nicely, she might.
If you ask nicely.
If you ask nicely.
Or just get Galen to get her to do it. Just go to Galen, like, we hear your girlfriend can twerk pretty good. And then he'd be like, yeah, show them. Show them what I got and they can't have.
Maybe I don't want to see it then. I might get too jealous.
So, do you want me to play the rest of the clip?
Go ahead.
All right.
you get shaking your ass if you go get some money. It's not always about shaking your ass.
Thank you. It's not always about shaking your ass.
Hey, Zaire, what was your reaction when you found out you won? We love your story. You have a child here, $50,000. How's that going to change your life?
Well, it definitely will be able to help me out with med school. To attend USF is $29,175 per year. So that definitely will help me with med school.
You know, Juicy, you hear that story? You said yourself at 19 you were in tough times. What does it mean for you to be able to do this for someone like Zaire?
I mean, it's a blessing. I've been in the music business for over 20 years, and I felt like just giving something back to the community, you know what I'm saying? I love helping our people, you know.
So why'd you name this after twerking? It was sort of, was there an inner lesson here for everyone?
It wasn't named after twerking. It was called the Juicy J Scholarship. I think a lot of people just got things misunderstanding with everything because, you know, a lot of my songs like Bands That Make Her Dance, you know, I got dance records, so I think people just kind of took it out of proportion, you know. But it was all about a contest about people sending in their videos and telling me why they deserve this scholarship. That's why I said people should have read the rules, the details of the contest.
There must be. I mean, like, I don't think everyone just assumed out of nowhere for no reason. I mean, there must be.
Yes.
There's probably something there that would
That
lead
chick
people
probably
to believe
sabotaged
that.
it. She probably put on a website like, "This is how you win. You got to twerk." And she was the only
That's what I was
legitimate
thinking.
entry.
Yeah, there has to be some way that they thought twerking was part of the competition. Otherwise, people weren't just going to automatically do that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so I don't understand that. But what else we got? Got anything else?
Yeah, we got some stories about Putin.
Putin.
Yeah, TJ's favorite guy.
I love Putin.
Vladimir Putin.
I like Putin. He's pretty cool for a little short dude. That's a little short dude's got to stick together, man. Little Napoleon complex.
How tall are you, Dusty? Or how
I'm
short are you?
5'7", unfortunately. How short am I? I'm 5'7", unfortunately. I wish I was like
5'7".
6'7", 6'5". Being tall is important to our society, especially for chicks, but fucking genetics. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You can get those. They have shoes that make you
I
look
got
taller.
the shoes, and they gave me about 1.5 inches.
They got ones out there that'll give you like up to 5 inches.
Yeah, Humphrey Bogart, because he was a short man, he used to wear platform shoes on the set, so his leading ladies wouldn't be taller than him.
Yeah. And Tom Cruise is really short. He's like,
oh god,
5'6" or something, 5'7".
Yeah, he's about height. I think he's about 5'7".
He's
Yeah, I had
scary.
some shoes at one point that may be 5'10", but it looks like you're wearing high heels when you walk around in them.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the ones that I was, they're supposed to be pretty. It's supposed to like look pretty covert. Like they don't look like when you look at them, they don't look like platform shoes. It's all hidden. Like they've used like little tricks to make it deceptive.
I need to get me some of those, definitely. I definitely need to be taller. You get more respect when you're taller. I mean, I read somewhere that like some huge percentage of CEOs of corporations are all over 6'5". It's just something evolutionarily wired into us to respect taller people.
Yep.
See, you're going to be a CEO. That's your future.
I don't know. I guess like I don't feel. I get the sense like when I'm around people that there's like a more of a I don't even know how you describe it, but I guess like they feel more intimidated or something. Like
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. They're intimidated, but it might just be because you're famous as fuck. Also, you got to keep that in mind.
You know, I don't get recognized too much. At least I don't. At least
man.
they don't mention it too much.
Me and TJ went to the Olive Garden a few weeks ago, and like 2 people recognized him. And
Yes.
you could tell TJ was like, "Go the fuck away."
TJ, tell your crazy Christian story at the restaurant.
The crazy. Well, one time I was at a restaurant. I was eating some pizza with Cody and Scotty, and we were sitting there eating our pizza, and this dude comes up and he's like, "Excuse me, are you the amazing atheist?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." He's like, "Wow, yeah, that's real interesting." And then he left. And then we continued eating our pizza, and then he came back. He's like, "Excuse me, I was just wondering, where do you get your facts about the Bible?" And I said, "Well, I read the Bible." Oh,
You get your facts about from the Bible?
that's really interesting because a lot of the stuff you say is just not really correct.
It's not accurate.
I'm actually here with my Christian youth ministry,
And just kept talking and talking.
and he kept trying to like goad me into a theological I'm trying to eat a pizza right now, just
fuck off.
Yeah, and die.
And this was also before Cody was devoured by
Velociraptors.
Yeah.
Well, usually when I have encounters with Christians, I just pull out video cameras and they run away. They don't want to be filmed at all. For some reason, they don't think that Jesus will help them if you have a video camera.
Yeah,
They're very scared.
I used to do that when I used to live in New Mexico, and there was the Planned Parenthood office down the road from where I lived, and there would always be a bunch of people holding like dead fetus signs out front. And we would always stop at a red light that would put us like right next to them, and we'd pull out the camera on them too, and they'd all run in. They'd all scatter like cockroaches.
Shows you how convicted they are.
Yeah.
That's
But
weird.
I like using the spotlight to burn motherfuckers down. I think that's what we should do more of. You know, when somebody behaves badly, we have a great tool called the spotlight, and we can just burn motherfuckers down. I like making public examples out of people.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to make a fool out of yourself in public.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think I
Give you an
could.
example.
I don't think I could use that tactic though, because I'm just not. I don't know. My thing is like I just want them like away from me as soon as possible.
Take
And,
two
like-
steps back from the crazy person. I know the feeling.
And I'm just like, well, I could shine a spotlight on them, but I'd be in the spotlight too, and I'm not really like into that. I guess, at least not in that situation.
You need a drone that'll fly in and film them. That's what you need.
I just want the power to just erase them from existence. Hi, I'm okay. That's like
You want a time
gone.
machine to go punch his dad in the balls or something?
Yeah, like go back in time and just like delete that person from existence.
Their entire family tree, fucking gone.
I'm not even that vindictive. Just go to go to the maternity ward when they were a baby and just like boom, gone.
That's still pretty vindictive, though. Come on, man.
Mildly.
Mildly, okay.
You-
I'll give
you-
you that one. I know the feeling. So,
But I mean,
you're
like,
not wrong with that.
don't. I mean, like, I don't know. Just don't harass me when I'm like out in public.
Yeah, but would you say though that most of the people that you meet that recognize you are fans rather than
Yeah, I would say that most people. I mean, even if they're not fans, they're at least intrigued. They're not like hostile towards it for the most part.
Okay.
Like most people are just like, that's cool.
Yeah. The one waitress called him the amazing atheist guy, which is what they called him on CNN. Are you
Amazing
the
atheist
amazing
guy, yeah.
Are you the amazing atheist guy?
If I was a superhero, that would be my moniker.
He actually calls
Amazing
himself that.
atheist guy.
It reminds me of that comic book we were supposed to do, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna get you all hooked up. We were gonna do a comic book about how we live in an alternative universe where they outlawed religion, and so we go around and start murdering all the religious people who are locking up all the atheists.
Let's do it.
I thought that'd be a fucking awesome idea. We had a guy that was working for Marvel Comics that wanted to hook us up with that shit.
Wow.
Sexy.
Okay. We'll talk about that off radio.
Off radio.
You want me to play the thing about Bangkok?
Bangkok.
Okay.
Thousands of anti-government protesters are back on the streets of Bangkok. They have marched on government buildings and blocked major road intersections, calling for the Prime Minister there to step down. Simon Motion sends this report from the midst of what is the Bangkok shutdown.
And this is the moment that everybody sitting in this protest has been waiting for.
Wow, it's loud.
Taksuban, the protest leader addressing the crowds. He's been doing this throughout the two-day protest so far, visiting each stage at the 7 major intersections they've chosen to blockade. Take a look at this crowd here. People from all walks of life, young and old. Some people coming straight from work have chosen to camp out here. There are, I don't know if you can see in the distance there, some mosquito-netted tents as well that people have been spending the night in. This is a really busy area for Bangkok. A lot of tourists might be familiar with it, a shopping district. And because of that, a lot of people here really cheering their leader. A lot of shops have had to shut down. These department stores, many of them international brands, have chosen to shutter down tonight in response to this protest. Usually they stay open till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Today they've shut early. But on the flip side, many traders who are stallholders, usually on this strip, doing a roaring trade. The protesters say they will not go until the government steps down. They are unequivocal. Yingluck Shinawat, Prime Minister, has offered talks Wednesday. Protesters are saying...
So basically there's a huge protest going on in Bangkok demanding that the current government step down.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I wish America would do that.
They
just
do
be like,
have a-
hey, entire government, fuck you.
They do have a constitutional monarchy there, so they actually do have a king. I don't know what sort of power the king has there, if he's like a figurehead king or if he actually has power, but that's basically what they have going on there. And this has been happening for a long time there, but the shit's finally hit the fan, basically.
I wonder why. I guess are things just not bad enough in America for it to get to that point, or are people here just lazier?
Lazier.
We're just lazier, and we're
Yes.
fatter. Got to borrow the scooters from Walmart to drive into battle. It's just a hassle.
Yeah. Plus, Americans, I notice, have the most detest for inconvenience of any people.
Well, think about the biggest protest we've had here in years. That was probably Occupy Wall Street.
If you don't count the Tea Party protests.
I do not count them.
Notice how those weren't broken up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the police were just like, they're peaceful. It's okay.
Well, that's how it is when you support capitalism. We all know socialism is an evil word.
Everyone there has guns, so you know it's a safe place.
Yeah, like, I love how the Tea Party rallies can actually have, like, people armed and, like, sporting signs, like, with Obama as Hitler and shit and all that. I mean, like, pretty much that always happens no matter who's president. But, I mean, those protests were never the broken up or, you know, like, we need to stop this from happening. But, you know, the Occupy protests, of course, the police are there arresting people.
They were all
and
dirty. They were dirty. Come on, man.
You gotta understand, those are a bunch of hippies.
That's all they said on Fox News.
Dirty
They're
hippies.
dirty. They're all dirty.
Look how dirty. Look how dirty they are. Oh, my God. Why would you even take a shower? Oh, my God.
The fucked up part is most of those people in Wall Street and all those yuppies, they were former hippies themselves, man. The fucking 70s generation totally got them sold us out in the 80s.
That's why I always that's why when people are like, look how much more liberal and progressive the younger generation is, I'm like, yeah, but let's see if that holds out when they start to get, like, you know, a little older and the system starts offering them you know, luxurious prizes for their cooperation.
Exactly. Well, they do most likely will become more conservative, but thankfully, because the internet exists, I think the liberal sweep is pretty much taking hold of this nation now.
Yeah, but I mean, I wonder if the whole net neutrality thing is going to affect that, because basically, if nothing happens to change what's happened and the internet is no longer regulated in terms of, you know, you have to treat all content equally, then, I mean, these ISPs are basically going to be able to they're going to be able to control what people are looking at. I mean, because they'll be able to make the sites that they approve of load super fast and everything else load shittily slow. And it's pretty much been shown that if a page doesn't load in 4 seconds, 75% of people bounce. So,
yeah, as an owner of porn sites, I know all about that. That's definitely true.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, basically, as the, you know, if the ISPs choose to use this power in that way, and there's really nothing that's going to be able to stop them, then
well,
I mean,
hopefully there'll be some kind of market solution. I mean, if enough of these ISPs do this kind of shit and the market, you know, backlashes against them, then there are going to have to be some kind of alternatives that don't do that we can choose.
well, hopefully the fiber optic networks will.
Unfortunately, with the cable networks, it's basically just a monopoly. I mean, any individual market, you're going to have about one cable company generally. I mean, sometimes there's more, but usually it's either Comcast, Time Warner, or CenturyLink, or it's using their you know, backbone servers.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is there's no competition in that industry right now.
No, their competition is either satellite or the phone company with DSL.
They've actually made deals with all the phone companies not to compete with them. So they're real. Google Fiber's their competition, and cities and states that actually want to build fiber networks. That's really about it.
Well, hopefully net neutrality, you know, at least some form of it will pass, but I still am very optimistic about the future because I do think the internet has changed everything for the better. I think we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. Also, in many other countries, it helped them out, especially in the Arab Spring countries. A lot of them use the internet to help them communicate.
Yeah, but I just worry about being lulled into the false sense of an ongoing trend.
Yes.
Because, you know, just because something has been moving in a certain direction for a while doesn't mean it can't, you know, suddenly fucking reverse. I mean,
it's true. I try to trade stocks, and they say the trend is your friend, but that's not fucking true because the trend always changes. And the internet's definitely like that too. Hopefully, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I mean, I have high hopes that that will be the case. That this information tool will be ultimately transformative. I mean, it's already been tremendously transformative. But I mean, one of the things I worry about is that we have such a saturation of information now that people almost don't trust anything, because no matter what you believe, you can always find someone out there who agrees with you. I mean, and like people who who would, you know, in the past have just been these lunatic fringes that would never even connect with another person who thought like them. Now all of a sudden they can find, you know, 100 people on a forum somewhere that basically say, yeah, you're right, the government is secretly run by space aliens.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, not even just necessarily Alex Jones. Like, that's not even. It gets crazier than that. I mean, go to like rents.com or go to fucking.
With the GMO conspiracy theorists, the GMO deniers, those people, they all get together and circle jerk constantly about how evil Monsanto is. That shit drives me nuts.
I was at Whole Foods and they said GMO is really bad, man.
Monsanto's the devil, but it's just so silly when you look into the science. It's just they're just science deniers, basically.
But I mean, that's an American tradition to deny science, though.
This makes sense. It must be wrong.
All of our biological and archaeological evidence, genetic evidence, indicates that we evolved in this way. No, the Bible says otherwise. Fuck you. All of our top climate scientists are saying that the climate is changing, and we're having a profound impact with all of these the CO2 we're releasing in the atmosphere. No,
it's cold.
Lies. It's cold now. Global warming's a bullshit.
Fucking hippie faggot.
And then what? Then it's like, oh, the genetically modified food is actually safe. There's nothing wrong with it. No.
Cancer.
I mean, Monsanto does have some fucked up business practices, but I mean, like, if you look at any giant corporation, they pretty much all do. I mean,
exactly. That's more to do with capitalism than it is to do with Monsanto as an entity.
I mean, you know, yeah, you're pretty much you're right on that.
That's exactly what people were, when I said at the end of my Monsanto video. I don't know if you guys saw that video or not, but people were asking me, because I said that I actually have problems with Monsanto. People were saying, well, what are those problems? Well, most of those problems are about capitalism. You know, capitalism as in itself, the unbridled capitalism is just the evil system.
Yeah, I mean, like how they. Well, one of the things, the fucked up thing is like how they try to have a seed monopoly. Like, we own seeds, motherfucker. Like, eh.
They patent the genes.
Yeah, it's like, stop. You don't own that.
I honestly, I do think a lot of the people that are freaked out by the GMOs are kind of weird conspiracy theorists, but I don't really mind them asking for labeling on food. Like, if they choose not to eat it, I don't think it's a big problem for these companies to identify what's genetically modified and what's not.
But the thing is there's a reason they don't want that to happen, though, because of the hysteria about GMO foods, the foods that have GMO labels when they're going to sell less. So obviously the people don't want to sell less products, so they don't want to have their foods labeled.
Yeah,
so
sure.
from a marketing standpoint and a capitalist standpoint, it makes perfect sense why they don't want the labeling.
But I mean, you know, like, the thing is, it's something they're going to have to confront at some point, and they'd be better off just having the fight now instead of just dragging it out.
I agree, because what will happen is people will stop buying it for a little while, and then they'll realize that's just the same shit they've always been buying, and they'll get over it, and they'll want the cheap prices, and they'll fucking go back and buy the GMO shit.
Exactly. I mean, you might see a mild sales slump from it, but, like, look, I mean, if you have the GMO labels, that's going to start the discussion, and, you know, the science in this case is on the side of the giant corporations, so they should just let it happen. Because, I mean, like, look, the crazies are going to be crazy no matter what you say to them.
I totally agree with labeling. I think they should do it, but I also can understand from a capitalistic standpoint why they don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, the pricing thing's going to take care of that anyways, because we know the non-GMO is going to cost more, so it's pretty much just going to be people who have, you know, higher disposable incomes that are going to be buying the non-GMO, and the people.
And I mean, really, isn't it like partly a status symbol in that respect?
Exactly.
It's like, I buy non-GMO food.
Yeah, it's like Whole Foods is the one that's going to adopt it voluntarily first.
Did you know that I'm better than you?
And the average Whole Food shopper makes at least over $80,000 a
I
year.
never eat GMOs. I drive a hybrid car, and all of my computers are Macs.
And when you take a flight, you buy the carbon credit offsetting credits.
Yeah.
I rub GMOs all over my body, so I'm on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Love me some GMO shit. Eat that shit all day long.
GMO.
It's delicious.
It's tasty. What else do we got here? Let's see. This is about a straight Russian gay rights activist that has lost their job and shit because of all the fucked up shit going on there. Here we go.
In a country where gay rights activists are usually attacked or arrested within moments of starting a protest, don't get many gay rights activists who are straight. This woman is one of the few. Here, she's being led away by police. For nothing, she says. Her name is Yekaterina Bogic, and she teaches Spanish at this school in St. Petersburg. Her activism is now threatening her career because someone complained to local education authorities and her conduct is being investigated.
So you will not change your behavior?
She says when discrimination starts in one part of society, it inevitably leads to other parts. Bogic was inspired to act because of this man, Vitaly Milonov, an Orthodox Christian, local St. Petersburg politician, and father of what's known as the gay propaganda law. Milonov became one of the most high-profile politicians in the country by fighting for legislation which makes it illegal to tell children gay and straight relationships are equal. She says, suddenly, St. Petersburg was famous as a religiously fanatical city, with xenophobic authorities at the top levels of power. We asked Milonov for his view on Bogic as an activist and teacher. He said, as a parent, he'd be concerned about what she is saying to children. But students' parents say Bogic doesn't discuss gay rights in class. That is her personal opinion, and it has nothing to do with school, this woman says. Russian politicians say the gay propaganda law is designed to protect children. Yekaterina Bogic says its purpose is to divide society and to boost intolerance. And she says her case is just another sign that proves it's working.
The local head of the education department says there is an investigation to determine if her activism is continuing in the classroom. But regardless of the outcome of that investigation, he's already publicly stated his personal view, which is Yekaterina Bogic should either stop fighting for gay rights or stop being a teacher. Phil Black, CNN, St. Petersburg.
Yeah, so she's straight, she's a teacher. They think she might be teaching homosexual propaganda in her classroom.
They're basically charging her with a thought crime. You can't even tell kids that being straight and being gay are the same. That's a thought crime.
Yeah?
I mean, well, the Russian, in a 2013 survey, 74% of Russians believe that that homosexuals should not be accepted. Homosexual behavior should not be accepted in society. And that's actually up from 2002 when it was 60%.
So they're just pandering to a popular trend right now.
Well, basically, it seems that it's just a renewed homophobic fervor in Russia. Yeah. Maybe it's a rejection of, they see that we're becoming more tolerant. They see that most of Europe is becoming more tolerant. And maybe they are having, like, well, we're not going to allow that to happen here. Maybe it's something like that, some sort of xenophobic angle.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Usually we can blame religion for this kind of shit, but I know it's not that big of a problem in Russia, so it is very interesting to see this kind of disease spread there.
Well, I mean, what she was saying was that she's seen St. Petersburg become enveloped in a religious fervor.
Yeah.
So I mean, it does seem like religion is having a resurgence in conjunction with this.
Post-Soviet era Russia, modern day Russia is definitely much more religious than it was previously.
Well, then that explains it.
Yeah.
That figures. Can always count on religion to be there when there's shit to be had.
Yep.
I just wonder, I mean, like, you have a country like Uganda where it was the Christian evangelicals from America coming over there spreading this. In Russia, it's obviously a little bit more homegrown. But it's just very strange to see these attitudes prevailing in other parts of the world, I guess. I think that white people, when Russia does it, it's almost more of an affront because it's like, you know, there's like a racist element there where it's like, you're white, so you guys should be more, you know, like adopting our values. And maybe Russia resents that to an extent and just feels like, no, we don't have to adopt your values.
Maybe Russia's just super gay, and that's causing them to be homophobic.
Well, I mean, like...
I must break you.
Go for it.
So you're saying it's a rejection of basically Western values.
Yeah, I'm saying that like maybe maybe they're doing it partially to say, you know, like we're not part of this. Like they're trying to differentiate themselves to an extent from, Western European countries and, the United States, Canada.
I thought Russia loved us, man, with our blue jeans and rock and roll.
That was short-lived.
Yeah.
It was short-lived. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's the funniest thing ever to me was when Putin gave asylum to Snowden, because you know that if the roles were reversed, Putin would be pissed if Obama did, the same thing to him.
Yeah. But we would do that, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Of course it would. And he would be a national hero.
Yeah, you fucking brought freedom to them damn Ruskies. Good job.
Yeah, TJ hates Putin a lot. So, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I don't like him.
I got a text message from one day who was just kind of like, I fucking hate Vladimir Putin. Want to kill him.
Why do you hate Putin so much?
Because he's a dick. He's just like, he's just this like short, little, bald, self-obsessed little weasel. I just want to squish him.
Yeah, he was in the KGB too, TJ.
Yeah, he's not a weasel,
He'd probably kill you.
I know these people.
He'd just shoot you, TJ.
I'm so sick of this KGB shit. He was in the KGB.
Well, he's also like a karate guy too.
And he knows judo, and he's a black belt in these martial arts, and he fought a bear, and he killed a lion with his dick.
A shark.
He fought a bear
people-
too.
Did he?
That's what they tell me when I want to fight Chuck Norris. They're like, that dude's a legitimate badass. I'm like, but he's like 100.
Like
How bad could he be?
my strategy for dealing with Putin is pretty easy though. Like I'm just gonna fall on top of him and crush him.
You're gonna
Gotta
put
pretty
in.
much do
You're
it.
gonna put into Putin.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fall on top of him. I'm not even gonna try to like get in fisticuffs or any of that shit. I'm just gonna grab him and fall.
I think you're gonna try to have gay sex with Putin.
And I'm gonna bite his ear off, like Tyson.
I do have to admit though, when he stole the Super Bowl ring from the owner of the New England Patriots,
Oh yeah,
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, the funniest thing was that George Bush was just like, just let him. He's all right. You don't want to fuck with him.
Just tell him you gave it to him as a gift.
I don't know. I guess I kind of look at Putin as like Voldemort, because it's obvious that everyone is like scared of him. It's like, don't even say his name. We're scared. He was in the KGB.
He's like a little short bully then. You just want to stand up to him and kick his ass.
Yeah, I just want to be like, I ain't afraid of you, you little puss bag. Fuck you. You can shove your KGB up your ass.
That was the last TJ was ever heard of.
Yeah.
I was in the fucking GBK.
No. What was the name of our gang?
Yeah, we're the
non-believers.
We're the NFBs, the non-fucking believers.
Yeah.
ICP inspired us.
Yeah, we decided that if ICP was a gang, then so are the Beliebers. So we started the rival gang to the Beliebers.
Yeah. And we beat the shit out of little girls, basically. That's what we do.
You guys need jackets like the Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like the Jets or the Sharks. Like those kind of jackets.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Old school. I dig it.
Super old school.
So
what?
So yeah.
Fucking what?
Do you think we're gonna do some calls tonight?
Can we do it with Dusty on the air?
I don't know. Can you do that?
Maybe.
Okay.
Try.
Let's see if it's possible. Maybe we can add
We can
people.
try.
These are non-screened calls.
Yes.
The best kind.
Yeah.
Bring it.
So they might ask you about your penis.
I'm ready. 7 inches.
How's your penis doing? How's
Okay.
your penis doing there, buddy?
Where the fuck?
Fair.
Fair. It's like a county fair.
They can't complain.
I don't even see where the screen is. I don't think we can.
If you have to boot me, that's cool. I won't take offense to it.
Let's see.
We'll see. We can.
We can. All right, we can.
Rock.
Who wants to be on? Oops.
This person. Oh, this person.
Didn't we talk to them before?
Yeah.
All right, we're calling.
Let's see. They have their do not disturb thing on, though.
Oh.
Or do they? No, it's just us calling them. Never mind.
Too late.
But they're not answering.
Yeah. So we'll try a different one.
I should probably talk about something else while he's trying to get someone else on the line, so there's not just like this air of us like,
Yeah, what the hell? What?
hey, what's going on here?
My name's Dusty Smith, and I sell the greatest T-shirts on earth. You can get them at CultOfDusty.com.
CultOfDusty.com.
Go there for
Sorry,
hookers
just had
and
a
ice
little
cream.
promo there while we're waiting.
Yeah, buy them shirts, you pieces of shit.
I am a capitalistic slut.
Australian pan smoker. That's good.
I'm ready to smoke some pans.
That's our thing on this show. We smoke a lot of pan.
Smoke pan every
Wow.
day.
Hey,
nice
hey,
breasts.
hey.
Yeah.
Smoke pan every day.
I don't think they're answering though, are they?
No one. We gotta fucking.
Hey. Turn your computer down.
Whoa.
Hello there.
Turn your computer down. All right, thank you.
Is that better?
No.
No, it's still loud.
Yeah, you sound like. Yeah.
Alright, sweet. I'll fix that up.
Fix it up, you big-breasted person.
Hey. Is that much better?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, go ahead. Anything you want to say? Any questions you want to ask or anything like that?
Alright, so I'm just wondering, they've been able to reduce the age in mice by, like, you know, if you were 60 years old and you were to take pills for a week, you'd be 20 years old by the end of the week. How do you feel about longevity and prolonging your life?
Fuck yeah. Sign my ass up.
Yeah, I mean,
Sounds good to me.
yeah, I mean that could be possible in the future. So I mean, I don't see.
You're doing it now with mice.
Well, yeah, with mice, but I mean, like we could do anything with mice. We've cured cancer in mice like 50 times. We've found every fucking cure for pretty much every disease in mice. I mean, like that's like phase one. I mean, who knows how long it'll be before that's available for human beings. But I mean, yeah. I mean, if that does come to pass, I mean, I don't see anyone who'd be like, "Fuck that! Why would I want eternal youth? That's bullshit. I reject this offer."
Yeah,
It'd be really
true,
funny.
but-
What'd be really funny is the Christian justifications for using it.
You could serve God for longer.
I could serve God on earth longer.
More vigor.
I'm saving heaven for later.
Jesus once is, I don't know, like, Christians are weird like that. They talk about the founding youth and you know, religion curing everything, and science does it. They have shit.
Is this Ray Comfort prank calling us right now?
Yeah, you sound remarkably like Ray Comfort, actually.
The banana.
I'm Australian.
I know. Yeah, he's from New Zealand.
All right then. So how long?
He's like, you assholes! You assholes!
Bunch of Americans.
Yeah.
So how long would you live for? Like 1,000 years? 10,000 years? Like
As long as I can. Whatever's available.
63 million years. That's how long we're gonna live.
I don't ever want to fucking die, ever.
I want to live for 988 years.
And then you're gonna blow your brains out?
Yeah.
Alright.
How do you think the brain would cope with it? You know, 10,000 years of experience and knowledge. Would you just, you know? Would you,
Well, I would
be
imagine.
able-
I'd imagine they'd have some sort of like enhancements for the brain by then.
Oh, you'd have
too.
to.
You'd have to have like
fuck.
nanotechnology boosting your brain's natural systems or some
Well,
shit.
you'd run out of storage. I mean, that's obviously one thing. If you live that long.
Transhumanism. We'll just merge with our machinery.
Yeah, like why not have? We'll think on a cloud like the Borg.
You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
We are the Borg.
That sounds like the Thaw video.
We are the Borg.
Join us.
We will
Join
add your
us.
technological and biological distinctiveness to our own.
Thanks a lot for your call. Have a good night.
Yeah, go away. We don't like you.
Go smoke pan.
Go smoke some pan, my man in Australia.
That was actually a good call, though. He had a good question. He actually had a question.
It's too bad he was like literally the worst audio of anyone we've talked to.
That's true.
He wasn't busy doing his homework.
Everyone, like the shitty people we've called, have been like crystal clear. Hi girls, blah blah blah. I'm a fucking moron. Then we call someone who's actually like smart and intelligent, who's like, sorry, Dusty. I don't know if I'm blowing your ears out there.
Okay, so now we're calling this person.
This is Cocaine Rain.
Yeah.
The reign of cocaine.
Hello.
What's up?
What is up?
Do you have any cocaine?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
It's kind of.
You should snort. You should snort some on our show. You'd be the first person on the show to snort cocaine.
Not really.
Not really, though. We all do coke here, but you know, we're doing some right now.
Dusty's mustache is white right now.
Okay, we're gonna.
Hell yeah, I'm smoking crack, motherfuckers.
We're
I'm
gonna
way
hang
off
up
cocaine.
on. We're gonna hang up on
Yeah.
this person because they were boring.
He's smoking crack too. He was doing cocaine and crack, even though you'd have to cook the cocaine to make the cracks. He was in the process. We disturbed him.
process.
Yeah, we disturbed him.
Dusty, do you
I'm
smoke
fucking
the pan?
Walter White, this motherfucker. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You smoking the pan right now, Dusty?
I ain't smoking my bong. I've been smoking the bong the whole time. I've been trying to mute it so you guys don't hear me fucking puffing away at this motherfucking shit.
Why you been muting it? Just let it happen.
Just let it happen. Now my balls all fucking stopped up and shit, and I gotta get a paper clip, and it's
Ah,
all
that
a
sucks.
process.
Yeah.
I'm screwed.
Boomba doomba 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 doomba. Hey,
Oh God.
what?
Let's call.
No, let's not.
No.
Let's not. Let's not and say we didn't.
Yeah. Like none of these assholes.
None of these people are any damn good.
You're all beneath us.
You are all scum.
Alex Solom, come on down. Make it good, dude.
If he even answers.
Once in a lifetime
Alex
shot.
Solom.
It's like 8
Alex
Mile.
Solom, answer the phone. Alex Solom.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna happen.
Damn you, Alex Solom.
He is frightened like a little girl.
Maybe non-screen calls weren't the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't figured out a way to screen them yet, though.
Yeah, we're too lazy to screen them. We just call up random people and we'll just see how it goes.
Ask us a question.
One more.
Oh, we talked to this person before.
Did we?
How do you pronounce that last name? Bautelier?
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 Bautelet?
I don't know. It's tough. If he answers, we can ask him.
Is he here?
It seems like we're connected to him, but he's not saying anything.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
He's like, fuck these guys.
Maybe his mic's not hooked up.
Going once, going
Twice.
twice.
So
Goodbye.
Gone. Now, Alex Solom's calling us.
Why is he calling us?
Because he probably saw that we tried to call him.
Oh.
Who?
Well, shit.
Where'd he go?
Guess we can try to call him back.
Let's call Alex again. There he is.
All right, whatever.
Answer, Alex.
Okay. Where'd Dusty go?
Dusty's vanished.
Did I hang up on him?
I think you hung up on Dusty.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well, we're going to have to add Dusty.
Is your mic manufactured in China about 20 years ago?
Alex Solom.
Yeah.
What's up?
Not much.
How old are you? 2?
No.
No?
10?
All right,
What's
goodbye.
up? No, hold on. Let's see what he wants to say.
Okay.
What's up, Alex?
Turn down your
What's up?
computer.
Turn off your computer. Or turn off the
Don't
sound.
turn off the sound. turn off your computer and talk to us. Send smoke signals, please.
And we disconnected Dusty again somehow.
No, he... I don't know. I was trying to get him back.
All right, Alex, what's on your mind? If anything.
I don't know.
All right, hang up on
You don't
it.
know? Well,
I like cats.
Cats are good. Whoa! What's happening?
I don't know.
It's all falling apart.
oh my god, what is
All right.
going on?
I don't think trying to call people while Dusty's on the line works.
It did for a little while, but
Is Dusty even on the line? Dusty.
It says we're connected to him, but I can't.
It says we're on
he's
hold. Is he on hold? How is he on hold?
I don't know.
How do we unhold him?
Yeah, what the hell's going on?
Dusty.
Dusty? Are you there, buddy? Dusty.
I'm here. I'm back.
Woo!
Oh, got me.
All right. We don't
What's
know.
up?
We don't know what. We don't know what the fuck
Yeah,
happened.
Sorry about that.
I didn't want to fucking talk to Alex anyway. That motherfucker.
Yeah. Piece
That
of shit.
asshole.
He didn't have
He
anything
was,
to say.
he was clearing his bong. He's like, fuck this. I gotta clear this bong.
Is there? Did you want me to try someone else?
Try Kyle Johnson.
Call Kyle. See how he's doing today.
Oh, well.
There we go.
Oh, did that put Dusty on hold?
Maybe.
Okay.
Oh,
Well.
hi.
Hi. I'm gonna hang up on you, and we'll call
Wait,
you
can
back.
I just ask one quick question?
Do it. No.
No.
Okay. I guess not.
We're gonna call you back.
We'll call you back, Alex.
Yeah, because
or Kyle,
we
or
accidentally
whoever
hung up
you
on
are.
Dusty, so we'll call you back.
Is
in a
Dusty
moment.
there?
Why does it keep putting him on hold?
It's if you answer the call, it hangs up with Dusty. That's what's happening.
Yes.
So you can't answer from anyone else. You just have to add them to the call, then remove them from the
Boom.
call, basically.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Just call Dusty back, then add the person to the call. That's probably what would work.
All right. How do we add to the call?
I think it's that little plus.
Dusty's back.
All right, we're trying to add this guy to the call
Yeah.
and get his question.
Awesome.
Kyle Johnson. I wish it would show in that list who has written to us.
Do we need like another computer just for like the Skype?
Yeah. Kyle Johnson.
All right.
Kyle, you're on with me and Dusty and Ben and Scotty and probably some secret people you don't know about.
The NSA.
I have one question. Can I go? I live kind of near Columbus, and I was
Mhm.
wondering if I could directly buy a copy of the Douchebag Bible.
Directly buy it?
You can,
Yeah.
but the price is one blowjob.
Worth that. That's
Wait.
totally worth it.
Okay, TJ.
That's
You give me a blowjob, or I give you a blowjob?
You have to give TJ a blowjob. It has to be to his satisfaction. If he's not satisfied, then you only get half the book. We're tearing
It has to be to completion.
Yeah.
To completion. Yeah, I mean,
And
I
hopefully a
don't know.
little oral cream pie too. That's to be thrown in the mix.
I guess if you, I guess if you wanted to, that could probably be arranged. Why don't you write me on my Facebook or something?
Awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I've been wanting to buy your book for a long time.
It's all good.
Hear the gun loading in the background. I want to buy your book.
I want to buy your
It's
book.
gonna be great. Make sure.
I'm gonna wear your skin as a dress.
It puts a lotion on the skin. It does what it's told.
It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
We know your future now, TJ.
Anything else you want to say?
No, that's about it. Thanks.
All righty.
No
Take it
problem.
easy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kyle.
That was useless for everyone else but me.
Yeah. It's like, hey, TJ, you're awesome. These other guys are fucking tools, by the way.
Yeah.
At least you know you have a book now. Tell us more about it.
It's a Bible of douchebags.
It's pretty
So it's
self-explanatory.
about yourself then.
It is. It's actually a compilation book, though, right?
Yeah, it's a compilation of my 3 previously published books. Self-published.
Was the first one In Defense of Evil?
No, the first one was Scumbag Musings of a Subhuman.
I see.
And the second one was In Defense of Evil. And the third one was Neckbeard Uprising. And then the compilation is the Douchebag Bible.
And where can people get this?
They can find it pretty much like linked to any of my more recent videos.
Awesome. You guys make sure to pick that up. That sounds awesome. I actually kind of want to read that. I want to read your Defense of Evil.
In defense of evil. You want justifications for all your evil shit, Dusty.
Justin.
I almost called you.
That's why
I almost called you.
I'm atheist. I want to sin.
I almost called you Justy.
Tell me
Justy.
whatever. It's cool.
I almost called you Rusty earlier too.
Rusty and Justin.
I have the easiest name in the world to remember. Come on, Dusty, man. Who else you know named Dusty?
I don't know. I don't know anyone else named Dusty.
That's right. I'm one of a kind, man. I'm the most famous Dusty Smith on earth.
Dusty.
And that's really saying something.
Yeah, because Smith is such a common last name.
Yeah.
It's probably why
many of us.
It's probably why they gave you a cool first name.
They had to help me out the best way they could. They didn't give me any fucking inches in height.
Dusty. Well, short people must get some because they're still around. So
Yeah, look at look at the continent of Asia, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, there you
They're
go.
like all sexless now. They're supposed to like not be fucking at all over there anymore.
Oh, you're talking about Japan? Yeah.
That's because all the guys are too short. The women are just like, ugh.
No, they have virtual girlfriends in Japan. Like they have Nintendo 3DS girlfriends. That's what they do.
I heard they like date their pillows and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know you're fucked up, man, when people watch your porn and think, man, that's really weird porn. Japan has the fucking weirdest porn. I've seen some weird shit in my life, but Japan has the weirdest motherfucking porn of any other place out there.
That's just how they are. They need. It's like
Go ahead.
I think it's because they're like so repressed and they don't actually have sex with each other to nearly the same degree that most people in other cultures do. So that's probably why they have such strange outlets for their sexual needs.
Well, that's what I was going to say. They're all repressed. You can't even show genitalia and shit. You can have the creepiest, kinkiest fucking porn, but you can't show dicks.
Yeah, they got to be blurred out.
Here's a tentacle monster ripping a girl in half,
Well, you
but
know,
her vagina will be blurred. So
in Singapore, porn is actually totally illegal. It's actually illegal to even walk around your house naked because if someone sees you, then that can be a crime.
Dude, you know what it is with Japan though? It's not the genitalia; it's the pubic hair.
Yeah.
It's the pubic hair they have to blur out. That's like the auspice.
Fucking pubes.
That's a
Blur
really
that
strange
shit
cultural
out.
phenomenon.
What's the strangest Japanese porn you've seen, Dusty?
Oh my god. Probably bestiality. Probably a chick with 2 dogs, and she was like kidnapped, and then they took her in, and I guess they didn't want to rape her themselves, and they brought dogs in to do it. And
the weirdest.
and then at first she wasn't into it, but then she was like into it. Okay, at the end. So that was their weirdest one.
I think the weirdest one I saw was like this Japanese like businessman looking dude. He was like real fat. Like not real fat, I guess. He was just kind of pudgy, but he kind of had that like classic like, oh yes, a Japanese businessman. And he fucking basically attached this. There was like this clear toilet.
Oh, I know what you're talking
and
about.
he attached like there was like a mask that he wore that was like attached to the toilet that had like a hose that led to his like face, his mouth and shit. And some woman just like sat on the toilet and had like a diuretic shit/piss, and it just all goes down the tube and into his mouth, and he makes this gurgling.
See, I'm not into that. I watch bestiality, but that's just nasty.
Well, I wasn't into it for like, man, this is hot, but it was just like, you got to see how bizarre this is kind of thing. And it was pretty strange. And it wasn't even strange because of the shit, because I mean, like, you can see that in America, but like the gurgling and like the fact that there was like this like product that was clearly like made for this.
And you felt really weird after you jerked off to it too. That was...
There was an engineer that designed that product.
Yeah, like someone sat around like, how we need to make a toilet that leads down into like a hose, and then there's a mask that you attach, and then your partner can shit and piss in the toilet, and then it goes down the tube.
It's probably Sony. Sony probably designed it.
It was Sony. It said Sony on the side of the toilet.
Now I kind of want to buy this toilet.
Hey,
You're actually doing a great sales job.
Didn't you want to do something where you read a script and...
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. We'll have to do that next time.
Okay.
Dusty, I was gonna blindside you and try to make you reenact a movie with me without
That'd be
any
awesome.
without any preparation. And I was gonna have
I'm
this.
up for it.
I was gonna have the script in front of me, and then I was just gonna make you just ad lib. Yeah. But unfortunately, I forgot to do that. So.
Shit, that would have been awesome, man. You fucked up.
I know.
Next time.
Next time. I'm just going to fucking catch you off guard with a random movie. But it has to be something you've seen at least once. So I'll have to talk to you beforehand, maybe.
Okay, I've seen everything, so.
Okay, well, then that shouldn't be too hard. So I'm assuming you've seen pretty much anything, like, major then.
Yeah, I'm a movie file.
Okay, cool. We'll do that next time.
Awesome.
Do you want to do any more calls?
I don't know. Dare we try to do more calls?
Yeah, we could.
I guess we'll try a couple more calls.
We've been so successful.
Oh yeah, great track record right now.
So do you guys ever get drunk on this show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just drunk
This is
either.
actually the one time they haven't not been drunk during the show.
We've usually. I don't think this is the first time I've actually done this show without any alcohol.
Well, next time I'm gonna have to get fucking wasted. I'll get me some cheerleader beer or some shit and join you guys.
All right, we're trying one person here.
All right, Joe.
Joe. Come on, Joe. Busy.
Fuck.
What the hell?
What the fuck's Joe doing? Joe, get off the goddamn phone.
Joe's jerking off right now. He's too busy for
Joe's a busy guy. See who's writing us. Because we can try to pick from them. If we can find that. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, let's see.
Add to group call.
Yeah, that'd be what you would want to do.
Let's see.
Yeah, this person looks like they're laughing.
Alita Neok.
Nuke.
See who's writing us.
I hear the delay. See
Turn
who's-
down your computer, please.
Turn off your computer, sir.
Turn off the Quit saying turn off the computer. It's horrible advice. Turn off your brain.
Turn off the volume of our podcast.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Nothing much, man.
Smoking weed.
Weed.
Yeah, I'm smoking weed and I'm listening to your podcast.
Yeah. Smoking weed and listening
I'm
to
smoking
the
some reefer.
podcast.
I'm watching Reefer Madness and smoking weed and listening to the podcast.
I'm watching it so good.
Are you guys
you
making
wearing?
fun of me?
No. Absolutely.
We're all masturbating, honestly.
Absolutely
right now.
not. What's up, man?
I'm smoking that kush.
Good.
Okay, we're making fun of you a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit.
We're losing him. Oh, he's gone.
Oh,
Oh, no.
shit, fuck.
He's gone.
Oh, man.
What a compelling guess.
Sorry, I totally fucked that up.
My favorite part is when he shared his depth and insight.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
The call of the century.
Yeah, yeah. Here's our buddy.
Why?
Hello?
Hey.
Where are you? I don't even see him on there.
I don't know. He's there.
Weird. Hey.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
I think did Dusty get put on hold again or something?
No, he's there.
I'm here.
Okay.
All right.
What's up, TJ Fucks Things?
Nothing much. I promise this time I won't be like a little awkward bitch.
All right, what's up? You got any questions or anything? Anything on your mind, buddy?
Not really. Well, we could pick up for where we left off last time.
Which was where?
Yeah, I don't even remember.
I think you'll only remember
You'll
that.
have to remember that for us.
All right. Well, you left off. You asked what's up with the fucking videos, and then I went silent because of the Skype fucked up. So.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you explain?
I don't know if Dusty knows about you. Let me.
Oh, okay.
Dusty, do you know about TJ Fucks Things, Dusty?
No, fill me in. What does TJ fuck things?
TJ Fucks Things. Hold on, TJ Fucks Things. TJ Fucks Things is a guy. He's like a 15-year-old kid who makes videos of me fucking various things and people.
Basically, the best fucking person ever.
Yeah.
And these are cartoons?
They're like he's taken footage of me and then like crudely put objects and people in front of me and puts like
And puts you on a loop, basically.
he puts like weird music behind it and you know it's just like very strange.
And then he made a really creepy character in Skyrim.
Yeah, he made this Skyrim
That
character of me that was like muscular and like naked.
And he shot you with an arrow, too, at the end.
Yeah, and he shot me.
So is he a fan or does he hate you?
I don't know.
It's very it's very difficult to tell with him. He's kind of like he kind of like flirts that line between fan and troll. Anyway,
I'm a big fan. I'm not a troll. I'm an artist. I'm an artist, not a troll.
An artist. Okay.
And do people watch these videos about TJ fucking things?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a surprising following for the videos.
Okay, I'm gonna go check it out. Watch TJ fuck things. That sounds like it'll be interesting.
Yep.
They'd be better.
We'll find this TJ fucking things.
They'd be better. TJ fucks things. I have a few pointers. Your videos would be better if they were shorter, because it gets tiresome to just watch like a 50-second loop. I would say like 10 to 20 seconds is probably better. And then another thing is like I'm not like I mean like I don't understand the art. I guess like I don't get a lot of the references that you're putting in there. Like when I was fucking the Duck Dynasty guy.
Isn't Dusty in that video?
Yeah, Dusty.
Yeah, Dusty, you're in one of his videos.
Yeah, you're
Am I
in.
being fucked by TJ?
No. That's probably his next one though.
Why not? What's wrong with me? I'm not good enough to be fucked by TJ?
You're actually the next one. I have a video lined up for next week, and you're in it.
Okay, dude. I want to make sure I get fucked by TJ now. Come on now. Hook me up.
Yeah, I will. Yeah,
Yeah.
I already finished it.
We need to do.
Be sure to come to my website and come to my Facebook and post it when you're done.
All right.
I should fuck one of the weird little radishes from Super Mario Brothers 2 as well.
Sure.
Yeah. Get on that.
Get to work.
You need the CEO of an important company. I need to fuck a radish. Make sure that happens.
Who's your best man on that?
Can we get that done by the end of the day?
I'm gonna need to see that by Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can be like a full-fledged corporation.
So, like, what if you're explain your art to me a little bit.
I think it's a Canadian thing.
It's basically my art. If I were to explain it, your head would blow up because it's too amazing.
Oh, all right. I see.
But I'll try to explain it in the best way I can. Basically, I have no fucking life, and I'm bored all the time, so I get artistic.
That was
That's
a little more depressing than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I was excited for a second.
What is it about TJ that makes you want to watch him fuck things?
Well, obviously he's very he's like a freaking like Stalin kind of guy, very powerful, very tall and shit.
And do you find these videos erotic?
No, I don't. But actually, some people who watch my videos actually found the videos erotic. There's actually a comment.
Do you find the videos erotic? I think you might.
No, I don't.
No, I think we saw your pants down.
I don't find them erotic.
Yeah, you must have been.
I might, if there was a channel called TJ Gets Fucked by Things, that might be.
Yeah. Well, I actually left a comment on the podcast where you said that, and I explained my philosophy. That I'm in no way in relation to the whole banana shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't.
So I explained my philosophy. I don't want to explain it again because whatever, fucking, I don't like explaining shit.
We're all related to the banana shit just by being here right now.
Yeah, technically.
The philosophy.
The philosophy.
The
of
Tao
the
of the anal banana.
Yeah, TJ even said he took the term banana man away from Ray Comfort.
That's the whole reason I did it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck Ray Comfort.
Taking banana back, TJ.
I'm taking banana back.
Too bad you took that literally.
Yeah, banana in the back.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I have a question.
No. All right, go ahead.
All right. I just because usually I've posted a video where people could submit who they wanted to see you fuck.
Uh-huh.
No one left a comment, so I want to ask, who do you want to fuck? You know.
I said the radish from Mario 2.
Never mind. So that fucking question was.
They have a really innocent look on their face.
I thought you would want to fuck the thing that shoots the eggs at you because they have a really large mouth.
Birdo?
Yeah, Birdo. Yeah, wouldn't you want to have sex with Birdo? Not
All right,
fish.
Birdo. I
Yeah.
changed it to Birdo.
That makes
or whatever.
more sense. You have 2 lives.
All right.
Google that shit because I know I'm fucking like 15. So.
Bye, TJ
All
Fox
right.
things.
Bye, TJ Fox things. Have a good night. Thanks for being on.
All right.
I'll talk to you some
Smoke
other
lots
time.
of pan.
TJ Fox Things.
Yeah.
.net.
There's also TJ Drinks Soda
but he's way more obnoxious.
Yes.
Yeah, we hate TJ drinks soda.
Yeah, no more.
And are these videos of you drinking soda?
Yes.
What is wrong with these people? Nothing fucking better else to do.
They really don't.
Craziness.
They really don't.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole world. There's a whole fucking world that can literally be doing anything. Why that?
That's what they do.
Yeah, you even heard him. He
That's
said
got to
he
be
had,
very flattering.
Yeah, he said he had no life, so he makes videos of TJ fucking things.
Well, it's his art.
But I have laughed at him, I must admit.
Yeah, the Scryham Rip video was pretty funny. Especially where he shot you with the arrow. That was the best part of the video.
I don't like you, Scotty. No one likes you.
That's true, but I'm still here.
It's pretty much the best response to that.
Yeah.
Call Jared D.
Jared D?
Jared D.
Where is he?
I don't know. I see him over there on that side. So I figure he's cool. Let's see if Jared D is worth a fuck. Jared D. He's not answering. Fuck you, Jared D.
See how it is. Don't love us anymore.
You let me down. You let me down.
He doesn't love you anymore. That's the problem, TJ.
Dusty?
I think we might have lost Dusty because of the Skype connection. Doom 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 doom. All right. Well, we're pretty much out of news stories.
Yeah.
And we've gone through some calls, and Dusty seems to be having connection problems. Maybe it's time for the show to come to a close.
Yes, I would agree.
I think the show is over.
Yes.
It's time for everyone to go home.
And smoke lots of pan.
Some good backing.
We're probably gonna.
When you smoke the pan,
We're probably gonna be
feel
smoking
like a
lots
man.
of pan, so that's probably.
Let's read the chat room for a little while.
The chat room.
Okay.
Okay. People in the chat room, entertain us. Dance, monkey, dance.
Let's talk to that fat kid that used to beat you up in school. He's interesting.
Talk to him on Skype or just talk to him on here?
Let's just see what he has to say.
He says, "Call me out already."
All right.
We called you out
You're
right
so
now.
awkward.
His
TJ
name is
Fox
that
thing.
fat kid you used to beat up in school.
Yeah.
Doom 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 doom.
There's a whole bunch of comments loading right now. Do you want me to call Dusty back? Or are we...
The show must go on.
It looks like he's offline now. All right.
It looks like Dusty's gone.
Yeah, Dusty must have.
Our show is over. We're
Yes.
done. We're done.
Thank you for tuning in to the Drunken Peasants podcast. Thanks to Dusty for being on the show.
And thanks to that fat kid who used to beat beat up in
children,
school.
Smoke lots of pan.
For
and
saying,
do lots
"Fuck
of
you."
cocaine. And say, and what was it? Just say now to drugs.
Just say now to drugs.
Drunken Peasants podcast. Good night.
Drunken Peasants Podcast. Coast to coast.